a sweet harmony. Someday we'll all be free. in a sweet harmony. Someday we'll all be free.
Welcome! Round 2. You'll be happy to know that we've already made our first mistake because we did not press on mute on the microphone. But anyway, welcome to CGNgames. Welcome to all you lovely people who are here for the fun. Welcome to you, the one random person who wants to see if we get banned. It's really great to have you here. So just to give you a bit of a background, this is the first time. This is the first time that we've ever done a live stream. I'm very nervous because Jodie's pressing all kinds of buttons and I can see what's going on and it's making me nervous. But anyway, I'm going to introduce you to the team. My name is Tim. I'm going to be hosting the main part of this event. To the left of me or the right for you, it's Mike.
Hello.
And then on this side, we've got Jodie.
Hello.
She's making the magic happen on the computer. So blame her if anything goes wrong.
Don't blame me.
So we're going to be covering E3 all week long, all the way from Saturday all the way through to Tuesday night. But first we've got up EA, and we're going to be going through, recently we did our predictions for EA. So we're going to go through our predictions that we did a few weeks ago and see how much of them have already been debunked, because it's a lot. And then we're going to see if we want to change any and if we want to dispute some, because I have many to dispute of Jodie's, so that's all right.
I stand by my predictions.
So just to give a time frame as well, we can see on the live stream of EA Play, it will be actually going in about 57 minutes. So we will be streaming it here. If we get banned, we get banned, but I'm pretty sure we won't because people do it all the time. So anyway, let's get straight into it. So we're going to go through our predictions that we made, and then we're going to see how many we've already lost. So I was first. I've got them all written down here. My first prediction was that Battlefield would be revealed, the new Battlefield. There'd be gameplay shown. There'd be a date given, and it'd be way too long of a showing. So already we know Battlefield's going to be there, so that's half a point already. We've seen gameplay at a previous event, which I'm assuming we're going to see again. And then date given, we've not been given a date yet. So I'm feeling pretty confident with that whole thing. And it being too long, it's EA. They are the worst company in the world. Fun fact: they have actually been voted as one of the worst companies in the world on numerous occasions, and I think they're going to prove that today.
Yeah,
that's my.
Yep.
Yeah, very boring.
Yeah.
So I don't have high hopes for them. Number 2, I said that Battlefield would have a battle royale mode. I lost the point on that one before we've even started because they had the big reveal, and it wasn't really a battle royale mode, but it was something that I thought was really cool. So I can see they've been tempted. They've been tempted to do a battle royale mode. But what they've done instead is, I can't remember the name of the mode, but basically you play across 5 changing maps. And there's like basically different rounds, and if it's a tie at the end, so it goes to 2-2, it goes into this sudden death mode, and it's basically last person standing then on a map. So that sounds really cool. I think that's a really great use of it, but it obviously means that I was wrong. So I've already lost the point there. Number 3, I said that FIFA would be shown, which is obvious, but I said there'll be nothing new that's anything notable. Like, they'll probably say, oh, look, there's a new animation of a guy falling over. that doesn't interest me. It'd interest me if a player can fall over into a manager and then knocks over a water boy. That would be funny.
Okay,
It just did like a domino effect around the stadium.
That would be. So then it looks like a Mexican wave, but it's not. It's people falling. So I would love that, but I don't think that's going to be the case. And then I said that there'd be they would show off the campaign, which they've had in the last 2, and it would carry on the story from the previous one. So I'm still feeling pretty confident about that. Still feeling pretty confident. And I think they've already said that FIFA's going to be there, which is obvious, but they've confirmed it. Number 4, I said it would be the worst show of all. So we'll have to wait till the end of the week to find out if that was true.
I don't think you have to wait that long.
Neither do I.
It's absolutely terrible from the start. I'm sorry.
Absolutely. And then my final one was that there'll be a new EA original that will be the best game at the show. So EA originals are basically like indie games that EA publish. And to me, it's a bit embarrassing that they are the best games. So their own in-house games are outshone by these really small teams outside. But I think that's probably going to happen as well. So that was my predictions. So I've already lost a point, but I've also already got a point. So how do we feel about the rest of mine? Oh, Jodie, was that you?
Sorry, that was me.
So
She's breaking stuff again.
How do we feel about the rest of them? We're feeling positive about that?
I think so.
Do you think I'm going to win?
Probably.
No.
Between you and Mike, one of you's going to win.
No, I'm going to win. I'm sorry.
Straight up.
Yeah,
I'm not even
I
giving
think-
myself the point. I'm not going to win.
And if you would like to know why Jodie's going to lose, well, I'm going to take you through that now.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Well, should we see what you said, Jodie?
Or what you didn't say, more like.
Yeah. Oh, just to point out before we go any further, Mike is actually going to be monitoring the chat. Give away, Mike. So if you want to ask us any questions, you can ask us anything about that's game related. You can ask us anything that's personal, but we might not answer it, depending on how personal. But Mike will be monitoring that. So if you see anything in the chat, it'll be Mike speaking to you. So Jodie, you ready for yours? So first off, Jodie's lost 2 points because she only made 3 predictions out of 5. So that was a whoopsie, wasn't it?
-2.
Yeah. So first off, you said that FIFA. Well, you just said that FIFA was going to come, and we didn't allow that. We disputed that. And eventually, after a lot of back and forth, you said that the campaign would have a different player's story.
Yeah.
So you think they're swapping over the player this time?
Yeah.
What
I
do you
didn't
think
play the
about that,
last
Mike?
storyline, but yeah.
Swapping over the player.
So the
Yeah.
last so what would it be? FIFA 17 and FIFA 18 had a campaign.
Yeah.
And it had the same. You played as the same player in both of them, so it like carried on the story.
Okay.
So I'm predicting that the story will continue more with the same player. Jodie's predicting it'll be a different player.
Maybe it'll be that player's death, right?
Oh, we're going deep
He
already.
could die, right? And the story is going to be what happened. That
Yeah.
might make it interesting.
Sounds good. Yeah.
So this is going to be quite an emotional story.
Yeah, it's going to be an emotional
FIFA's
story.
getting
getting
crazy.
It's going deep.
It's going to be FIFA Detroit Become Human.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. All right. That could be interesting. You still stand by that?
I do.
No, I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think so.
I think it's going to say.
I'm standing by mine.
I
Jodie.
really hope Jodie gets 0.
Yeah,
that would
no,
make my
she's
day.
already on -2. She's on -2.
Stop picking on me.
Can we minus a point for every time she gets one wrong?
Just
Jodie's.
Just Jodie's.
Just Jodie's.
Okay. So then the second one, and I did say before we started streaming, I would be clarifying. I needed clarification on this one. So have you been thinking?
No.
She's not been thinking. Okay.
I was
So
too busy making sure everyone was
you said
working.
that Anthem would come.
Yeah.
But I need clarification on what exactly is coming. So I'm pretty sure it's been confirmed that Anthem is going to be there.
Yeah.
But
So does that not give me a point
you need to
already?
tell me. You need to give me a prediction, not a fact. That's why it's called
At
E3
the point, there was
predictions.
no fact. There was no
So-
fact that it was coming.
So, well, I think there was. I'm not gonna lie. So,
I don't know.
what you need to clarify? What are we gonna see? What is it we're gonna see?
We are going to see the release date
Mm-hmm.
for Anthem
Okay.
coming out, and the person that's announcing it is going to get it wrong.
The person's gonna get it.
Yeah.
You-
Remember that?
What?
Remember that year when they got that YouTuber to go on and he didn't have a clue what he was talking about? We're gonna get someone
Jesse.
like that. Yeah, Jesse. That's it.
I'd
We're
be
gonna get
very
someone like
surprised
that.
if they get a random YouTuber to come on. Maybe it's Mike. Mike, are you late for a
I am
for an
slightly.
engagement?
I'm a flight late.
Okay, so you're going for release date,
And we get a
and there's some person who goes up there who says something wrong.
whether
with
it's a YouTuber or.
okay,
the-
that's quite an interesting one.
But
Okay,
they might have learned from.
I'll
from
accept
Jesse.
that.
They might have learned from
I'll
Jesse.
accept that one. And then finally, one of your three, not five, one of your three, was that Sims 5 will be announced.
Oh yeah, that was just a ballpark thing. I was like,
Is that
I
just you
hope
being excited
that's-
about The Sims?
It is. It really is. And I'm hoping at some point I can play Sims this weekend.
Yeah. I don't think that's happening.
No.
Sorry.
Sorry, Joe.
But if it does, like, you're getting...
Can I get double points? If
No,
you get that?
No.
no.
I think we double your minus. We double your minus to -4.
No.
That could happen.
I think we should leave Jodie on -2 for the whole weekend.
Well, she's already on minus... Well, not minus 2.
Well,
but
we
she's
are
already,
doing
you've
minuses
lost, no.
points, eh?
It's just you've already not got
me
2
then.
points because you've not given us a full set of predictions.
Oh, okay.
It's all right. It's all right. Okay, Mike.
Oh, Jodie.
Do you want me to give you 2 now? No, I don't know.
No, it's over.
Okay.
It's over. We'll have a think towards the end of the preview section, and we'll debate whether we should.
Can
go
you
out.
see the bullying that's going on already? 2 boys against me. Just saying.
It's the right thing to do.
Not
This
that bad. We're not that bad.
No, not that
we
bad
let you
of a
sit on
minute.
the side. I mean,
That's true.
but you're not getting the popcorn, even though
That's tight.
you and Tim bought it.
so maybe this is the storyline of FIFA 19. 2 kids bullying another kid about the predictions.
Anyway, let's carry on.
Let's continue.
Mike.
All right, Mike. So then you're 5, and this is one of my favorite. Well, the last prediction in his 5 is one of my favorite predictions of all time. But number 1, you said that they would open the show with FIFA 19.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you're thinking straight off the bat we're going to be getting EA Sports stuff.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I think it might be a ball kicked at the screen.
A ball kicked at the screen.
A ball kicked at the screen.
Are we talking like a physical ball?
No, like gameplay footage of them kicking a ball at the screen. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I mean, I don't want a ball coming through our screen, to be honest with you. But
Okay. So then your second prediction was straight after. So you're thinking opening the show with FIFA 19, and then immediately after that we get a montage of all the EA Sports games that are coming out. So do you think that we're going to get any highlights? Like, so they always have a whole highlight section for FIFA. Are we going to get any highlight sections for any other sports? So like, are they going to have a section for like NBA Live?
yeah,
Something like that.
yeah, I
we
think
will?
we'll get that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Well, not like full-on sections, but just like clips thrown in there of random.
Okay, so what I mean is you don't think they're going to like get somebody out on stage and talk
No,
about
it's
it?
not going to be featured. I think the FIFA will be featured, but the rest of it's just going to be an add-on to the end of it.
Right, okay. And then your third one was that the new Battlefield, I can't believe you nailed this, but you said that there'd be a new Battlefield and that it would be World War II setting. And it's already happened.
Yes.
What the heck? How did that happen? So, if you haven't seen already, which I'm sure you have, it's just not long after the Call of Duty reveal, the Black Ops 4 one, which was not good. Oh my! We were watching it, weren't we?
We did.
We were watching it live, and we just gave up. We just gave up. I was like, I need to leave because this is not good. But then, not far off after that, there was the Battlefield 5 event, which we need to have a discussion about the name. We'll have that after the predictions. But so they basically did that, and then they revealed most of the multiplayer stuff, really, and then they showed one very short trailer of the campaign. It looked all right.
Yeah.
It looked all right, but I can't believe you got that straight on. So already he's got a point, and then it's not even in the Nintendo one that's happened again. It's
Do you know what the best part is, though? I haven't watched the release footage for that.
so you're not even seeing it.
I've not seen it, so
Oh,
you know.
I'm jealous because then you can just get fresh eyes when they show it off.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep away from this stuff. I mean, I haven't been able to for the rest of it,
Yeah.
but some of it, keep
Yeah.
away from it.
And we're going to talk about that situation in a little bit as well, about how much has been announced and revealed in the last few days. It's just been ridiculous. But then you then said that Anthem would get a teaser trailer, so you weren't thinking full on showing everything off. You just think a teaser.
Just a small teaser.
Okay.
Maybe a date, like Jodie's saying.
So you don't think they're going to do like a big blowout if they're going to reveal a date?
Just a teaser, and then like a short, quick date.
Okay.
Off it goes.
I think I'm with Jodie on this one. I think there's going to be gameplay there.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of this. Reaching over.
Oh, so you're right for not putting it in the middle.
We need to get you a very small bowl that's like this big.
We'll get it in the break. Stop throwing stuff.
Yeah, so I think we're gonna get. I think this is going to be one of the biggest games they're going to be pushing because they can't just do FIFA and Battlefield again. Like, if they do, I'm losing the will to live here. It's just boring.
Maybe a new game. Altogether.
I don't trust that they've got any. So they're up for debate. We're gonna have that conversation in a minute. I just want to get through these first. I was about to get into something that was a rabbit hole. We would be going on it really. So then your final prediction, and this is my favorite E3 prediction of all time. You predicted that someone will fall over. I want to point out, not here. Or does it count here?
No. I'm just doing something.
So I really hope that happens. Like, we're gonna go berserk if somebody just falls over on the stage and like, Mike was right.
Yeah, they are gonna fall over.
I hope so.
It'd be fun if they all do it. Like every single one of them.
Absolutely. So, how confident are we feeling about all of those?
10 out of 10.
You think you're gonna get them
5 out
all?
of 5, sorry.
I hope you do get all of them.
5 out of 5. Can I have triple points for the falling over one?
No.
Yes. I'm the
That was
moderator.
so
I'm gonna say
over.
yes.
I
That
think
is
it's
so
big.
crazy. It deserves it.
Not triple though. Double. I'll give you a double point.
Okay, I'll take it.
Double. Okay.
I'll take it.
So you get 2 points instead of 1.
Yeah. Just making that clear. We're not tripling the entire.
Yeah, no, that's what I was making sure.
I thought I could tell because I know you're upset about Joke of the Week. So every week,
I'm doing well.
every
doing well
week-
on Joke of the Week.
every week we have what we call a late night gaming show. It goes up every single Monday evening, and we have a little section at the start which is Joke of the Week. I tell like the worst game related joke I can, and then both of these have to try not to laugh. So you can go and check that out in our other videos if you're interested. But Jodie just can't handle the jokes, can she? And she's always laughing.
Better. I'm getting better.
Yeah, but that's only because I purposely be making them the
Whatever
worst
you
things
say.
ever.
Whatever you say.
I'd love to cue a montage right now of all the times that you
Well,
laugh.
you can.
So there you go. So I want to have a little discussion now about the situation with E3. So this year has been a bit ridiculous. It's just been, for like the last 2 weeks, we've just had an E3's worth of reveals before E3. So we've had Battlefield, we've had Call of Duty, we got a Destiny expansion announcement a couple of days ago. We've had Days Gone, we had an hours gameplay of that. Then they said it was coming later on in 2019. Now it's coming in February 20th something.
22nd of
I thought it was
February.
22nd, yeah.
2019.
Yeah, we've had I can't remember what it's called now on the Switch. I was talking to you about it before. Paladins. We've had Paladins announced for the Switch, which came from a leak, which more or less confirmed it. Like, how do we feel about pre-E3 announcement? Oh, and then of course Pokemon. How can we forget about Pokemon? So we had the whole massive Pokemon thing. So how do we feel about pre-E3 announcements? Do we like it? Do we not like it? Would we prefer it all to be in that 1 week, or do we prefer it like spread out across the whole lot?
I personally think it just needs to be all E3.
Yeah.
Like what are we looking forward to now? Like, I can't think of anything that I'm actually looking forward to seeing now because I've seen it. I'm like, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, like, it could be looked at from 2 ways. So it could either be, oh, they've pushed everything out already. There's no good content going to be shown at E3, or it could be, we've shown what everyone was expecting. Now here's all this other crazy stuff that we've been very quiet about. There's been no leaks. I mean, the leaks that have happened, really, like, it looks like it's careless, but it could be planned. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It could just be planned content.
I think
Like,
some of
maybe
it could, but I think like there's a few like the Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Terrible name because it just reminds me of Mario Odyssey. So
That's
Assassin's
probably
Creed
where they got it
Odyssey got leaked. The logo got leaked. and that literally gets leaked every time. Like Ubisoft are the worst for this kind of thing. And they kind of that came out, and I think it got confirmed, but like nothing. It's just that looked like a stumble. That didn't look like that was planned at all. And then the Nintendo one, if you haven't seen about the Nintendo one, basically there was a sheet that had been taken a picture of, and it had like a bunch of games, including Paladins. It included Fortnite for the Switch. These few games, and actually, I've got to say, like that has actually turned me off from watching. I'm obviously going to watch the Nintendo one, as if I'm not, but like I'm nowhere near as excited for that now as I was before, because I've seen that and it's like Paladins, cool. I'd never even heard of it till then, and I looked it up and it looked pretty cool. Fortnite, great, but I've played it on other stuff. But then the other stuff, it was just like whatever. And now I'm just like, I really hope it's not just that, because otherwise it's going to be rubbish. And I've gone from, oh my word, we could be getting Metroid, we could be getting this new game, we could be getting Animal Crossing, we could be, you know what I mean? And it's gone from that to like having very low expectations. So it's kind of like ruined it for me in that sense.
But what if it forces them to push out some last minute teasers that they weren't expecting to do?
Well, I think like for Nintendo, they will have already got their video pre-recorded now. They won't be able to add stuff into it. And then Sony, Microsoft, all of them, they will have been practicing these shows for months. Yeah. You know what I mean? So for them to like squeeze something in now, I don't know how
it could happen.
It could, but it's just not the best case scenario, is it? If like you want them to plan out what they're doing, not to just throw out stuff because they've been pressured into it, basically. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah. So like, what do you think then? If you had the option and you could have radio silence before E3 and everything's dropped on E3, or would you, if you could choose, have it like it's been where we have like 2 weeks of like pre-announcements before E3?
Radio silence.
Oh, radio silence completely,
Yeah. So you prefer just 1 week of just madness?
Yeah. I mean, when you come in to watch it, you want to be excited and then be shocked by what they show, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, it's like that year when we watched the PlayStation one. They just like, we didn't know anything, and then like the drums went and all that, and everyone just suddenly started getting excited because they realised it was going to be like God of War.
Yeah.
And we were all like, no.
Yeah.
So
well, I remember the year. I think it was it 2 or 3 years ago now? And Mike fell asleep at the PlayStation 1.
that was God of War
so
one,
so in the UK, we have to stay up really late for the later ones. So like Sony for us is at like 2 o'clock in the morning. And he made it all the way through till 2 o'clock. And then he fell asleep as soon as the music started playing. And it was like, the thing with that though, it was just like, with that one, that was so that was a couple of years before God of War, but it was just like game after game after game, and it was just like, just couldn't believe what was happening. So I think Last Guardian was announced there, which was massive. There was Final Fantasy VII Remake, which was crazy. I think, was Crash Bandicoot at that one, or was that last year? I think that might have been last year. But we didn't expect any of that, and I think that made it more exciting. I get why these companies are doing it, because they're basically going, they're trying to tell people like, come and watch our show because this game's being shown. You know what I mean? That's what they're trying to do. Yeah, but it's kind of like ruining it at the same time, isn't it? And so
maybe we just go media dead for the week before.
Yeah.
Or 2 weeks before.
I kind of wish I did, but I mean, obviously with what we're trying to, with our YouTube channel and what we're trying to do as CGN, we kind of need to know for the news and for what we do on our show. But I kind of wish that we could do that, because I would be way more excited for E3 now than I am. I still am like crazy excited, best time of the year, but I would be way more excited than I am. So
definitely.
So there we are. So how are we feeling about the EA press conference in general? Are we excited about it? What game are you most excited to see at this?
FIFA.
You're looking for those new bad tackle animations.
I'm looking for this new campaign mode where he's died.
That does sound quite exciting. You know what? If that happens, I can actually see this stuff happening, and it's gonna be crazy if it's true, isn't it? So what are we looking forward to the most? Jodie's in deep thought right now.
Sims 5 coming.
It's not gonna happen.
It is.
It's not gonna happen.
Is. What are we going to do if it happens? What are you going to do?
Well, like I said, if it happens,
point, like Mike?
I don't know. It's not as crazy as someone falling over.
No, but still.
No, I can't give that.
See, so you think you lost me that little bit of hope that they might be Sims 5 then?
I hope it is for you, Jodie.
Yeah,
I just
do
think it's too soon. That's the
don't.
problem.
We need an update, guys. Hurry up. I hope it's in this one.
They've got to give us another, what, like 5
Wallpapers.
pet add-ons for £8 or something crazy. Like, get a pet snake for a tenner. You know what I mean? That's what they do, don't they?
It's true.
But yeah, so you're excited for the non-Sims 5 announcement.
Non-existent.
Okay. What about you, Mike? What are you excited for?
Anthem.
Yeah,
Yeah,
me too.
got a teaser of that.
Yeah.
Excited for that. What else?
I think
I'm excited to see someone fall over.
Oh my gosh, that's always the highlights when that sort of thing
yeah.
happens. But yeah, I'm excited for Anthem 2, and I think it'd be so cool if it is like a Destiny-esque game for us three to be playing it together. Yeah. And hopefully Mike will actually come and join us, like
Mike.
when he ditched us in Destiny.
Yep.
So we were all excited for Destiny 2. Mike was like, yeah, I'll play it with you. And then it came out, he's like, nah, I'm not getting it. And then me and Jodie committed.
We did.
And it was over. I even bought it on PC. Bought it on PC for you, Mike.
I'm sorry.
I did that for you.
I'm sorry.
But it's alright, we're going to make up for it later on, aren't we? So we're
we
going to be... Mike's going to be playing Destiny for the first time.
No, I've played
Destiny
it before.
2. Destiny 2, sorry. But you're going to be playing that with us, so that's exciting.
Yeah.
Jodie will be excited too, won't you? Yeah. So that's cool. So we are only around 30 minutes away from streaming the full EA Play conference. We're going to take a quick 5-minute break now. So get yourself comfortable, have a little toilet break, get yourself some snacks, because it's going to be a good show.
Yeah.
So we'll see you in just a short minute.
Take me to oblivion.
Infinite power. Infinite power. Infinite power. Infinite power. Infinite power. Infinite power.
Brussels sprouts, lollipops, and choco crispy treats. Let's all do the feet. Bum, bum, up.
Infinite power, infinite power, infinite power, infinite power, infinite power, infinite power. Infinite power. Infinite power, power. Infinite power.
Hello and welcome back. We've had our little cover break. We've got our snacks. We've got Jodie a tiny cup of popcorn.
Find a bowl.
And shout out to Dom. Hello, Dom.
Yes.
He used to work with us a couple of years back. He's in Hungary, so it's nice to see you there, mate. So just while we're chatting now, Jodie's actually pulling up the Battlefield 5 video. So we're gonna have a little look at that, so we can use. I don't think you have seen it yet.
I've not seen it, no.
So you can have a look at that and see what you think. But have you ever been? Well, let's do that. Have you ever been interested in Battlefield? Has it been anything that you've ever wanted to be a part of?
Not particularly, but I remember one year you watching It must have been at E3 actually, and you got extremely excited. They were doing some gameplay footage, live gameplay, and it was about what was it? You were really excited because of the destructible environment.
Well, I actually remember that E3, and it was a few of us there, and I actually went out while the multiplayer trailer was going, and I remember you were like, this whole building just came down. I was like, what? So we rewound it, and like in the multiplayer map, like the building actually came down, and we were like, this is crazy. What? And it's like funny now in the future, we're like, it wasn't that crazy. But yeah, it was kind of cool. But yeah, I don't know. It's something. I prefer it over Call of Duty, 100%. But I don't know why I've never. I think Battlefield 3 was the last one that I really got into, to any sort of big extent, really. But have you got that ready for us, Jodie? All right, so I'm gonna pop this on for you guys so you can all see the Battlefield trailer if you've not seen it already. Hit the play.
I shall.
Let's have a look. So,
What's that?
so we're assuming this is obviously a single player. There is a female in it.
That's interesting.
I want to point out it's not because he's sexist, it's because the time frame, it wouldn't have been common for that.
Yeah.
So, graphically, I think it will look very good, but it's not going to look as good as this is looking. So. And I don't know if you can notice, but I think the female in it as well has a robotic arm, which has been up for massive discussion about, is this supposed to be? Obviously there wasn't robotic arms. I don't know. Surely not.
Oh, that'd be sick. She's like.
It'd be weird for a Battlefield game though.
Yeah, she's the new Doctor Who in Battlefield.
And then you got some gameplay, and this is probably what it will look like. So it obviously looks very pretty. But, yeah, so. But will this much be going on in the level? Probably not. You're up just diving all over the place.
I feel like you'd be dead by now.
Yeah.
Like, there's just too much
stuff going on.
Yeah, too many bullets.
And this is probably running on a very high-end PC on top of that.
That is very true. That is very true.
So here we get Choking Simulator 2018. Oh, and then that's him dead. There's the robotic arm we're talking about.
Oh.
I don't know if it's actually robotic or...
It might be a prosthetic arm.
So there we go. That is Battlefield 5. So the first thing I want to talk about with that is the name. So the last Battlefield game was based on Battlefield 1, and that was called Battlefield 1. So then we go to Battlefield World War 2, and we're calling it Battlefield 5. I find that very strange.
I think there is some time travel in this.
You think there's time travel?
There's time travel in this.
So I mean, when I thought they were just going to go to Battlefield 5, and it was going to be just like a modern day shooter like the other ones were. So I was very surprised that you were right, that it was World War 2. Yeah. But like, I don't get why. I mean, I think we talked about why it's probably not called Battlefield World War 2, because then that looks too much like Call of Duty World War 2 as well. But I don't know. Surely that's going to confuse people. Yeah. Like if somebody bought Battlefield 4 and then it's gone to this, it's just confusing.
To be fair though, it's kind of like Star Wars, isn't it though?
In what way?
In the sense that they're all like
the backwards. Yeah,
the backwards. So it's like, I don't know, something like that. Bit weird.
So, and then the guy who was I can't remember what his name is. The guy who was presenting the show was called Trevor something. He does that late night show from America, but it's played in the UK. I made so many jokes about it being called Battlefield V, and it was the worst thing I've ever seen. I'm like, when people just aren't funny, but they just think they are, and he just kept going, and he's like, stop.
Why is Battlefield V funny?
I don't know. But there you go. He made it a thing. So, does this interest? Is this? Do you think this is going to be enough to make you want to buy it?
No.
Probably not.
What would Battlefield need to do to get you on board?
I don't think you could do a lot to get me on board.
Do you think it's impossible?
Yeah.
What about you,
I
Jodie?
don't know.
I'm with Mike.
So what if it had a really good campaign? Because you
Oh,
historically
I
now
love
play Call of Duty campaigns, which now don't exist anymore.
Yeah. No.
No, just not interested at all.
No. After that robot died in Call of Duty, I'm never playing a campaign like that again.
Yeah, I don't think anybody else is going to play Infinite Warfare though. I don't think that's ever going to happen, is it?
No.
But
I won't play it again.
the single player was good in that game, though, wasn't it?
It was boss.
It was good.
I'm
Worth a play.
up for a storyline, but
Yeah.
I love a good campaign mode. If
When
do
they
that,
kill
then
off.
yeah.
Yeah,
when they kill off a loved character, then that's a different story.
yeah. That everyone died in that game. Everyone died. Okay, so then the big question: Call of Duty or Battlefield? So they've both took very different directions. Call of Duty has gone and just wiped out the single player. They've added new zombie maps into it. They put a battle royale mode in it. Battlefield has gone for the more traditional campaign, which is done slightly different, but it is a campaign nonetheless. And then it's got its multiplayer offerings. Which do you prefer? Which one are you like? I like that more.
Depends what mood I'm in, what type of game I want to play.
Okay.
I do like a good online multiplayer. Zombies was always pretty fun. Especially we had some good time playing zombies.
We definitely did. Yeah, we definitely did.
We died quite a lot in that game.
Yeah.
Well, I died quite a lot.
I mean, to be fair,
Tim didn't.
you have to go till you die.
Yeah.
That's kind of the point. So to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jodie, Battlefield, Call of Duty, which one?
I'd probably just go for Call of Duty. Play it safe.
Play it safe.
Play it safe.
Yeah.
Well,
I never
thought
played
you just said
Battlefield.
you'll never play it again after the robot died.
Yeah, but
This is what she does.
She
just tells lies.
No,
She
no,
just tells lies.
No, I don't. There's probably people on the other end of that camera going, yes, she does. No, what I mean is I play it safe with Call of Duty because I've never played Battlefield before.
Right. So,
So,
what you-
so if I had to choose, that's why I would
Right.
choose it. Otherwise, I wouldn't choose it.
so what you're saying is you're afraid of change.
I'm not afraid of change, but because I know what I'm getting with Call of Duty, that's
Right.
what I do.
Right. But the thing is, the bit that you liked with Call of Duty is gone now. So does that change the game? No pun intended. Does it change the game, Jodie?
Yeah,
It does.
a lot. Yeah, I go with Battlefield then.
What?
It's easy to change Jodie's mind, you know.
Yeah, it is.
I know it depends on what it is. Like with these games, I'm not really that bothered, but I mean,
Yeah.
if you got me on a hot topic that I'm really bothered about, we could be sat here for the next 40
Sims
minutes, 5
5.
minutes. It's coming.
It's
coming.
It's not. It's not.
It is.
So how do we feel about this direction though of taking campaigns out of these games? So just an interesting thing. So Mike, you play a lot of Garry's Mod, you play a lot of Counter-Strike, those kind of games, and they obviously have never had a single player.
Yeah.
But that doesn't obviously bother you because you played thousands upon thousands of hours Counter-Strike.
That one's more community-based kind of thing, really. Because you build up like a bunch of relationships with different people. Pretty cool to meet people online, that kind of stuff. Whereas like Call of Duty or something like that, I feel like, I don't know, I kind of get the feeling that just from watching the news and stuff like that, really, that console community is a lot more toxic.
Yeah. People are on there they just want to win, and that's it, innit?
I mean, it's people take things more seriously on there, whereas PC gaming, they're a bunch of trolls, so they don't take anything
It's
serious.
basically Mike. That's what you do.
Yeah, they're all a bunch of trolls, so they don't take anything serious, so nothing goes to heart. Whereas like, God, that's why I probably wouldn't want to play the multiplayer as much as I play like Garry's Mod, that kind of stuff. But I'd be well up for playing like a good campaign. I always loved a good story.
Yeah.
Beyond Two Souls right now, so it's pretty fun.
So interesting though, this year, I don't know if you knew this, but so last year Destiny 2 actually came to Blizzard, Battle.net, sorry, which was like a big deal. And Call of Duty is actually coming to Battle.net exclusively, from my understanding.
Exclusively?
So, I think so, yeah. So I've bought a Call of Duty game on PC before.
Yeah.
And it's awful.
What,
Like there's nobody plays it.
Yeah.
Nobody plays it. It's usually fairly buggy, and then obviously there's just cheaters all over the place. So I wonder. I mean, I don't know what do you think? Like, do you think that move to Battle.net will solve most of those issues?
No.
No.
I don't think it'll solve the issues. I think it'll still be buggy and glitchy. I think PC gamers are stuck in their ways and will not move to that kind of stuff.
You don't think?
I don't think. No. To be fair, PC gamers do like glitchy games, as weird as that sounds, because they can abuse them, the glitches, and that's what a lot of people do try and do. You'll see a lot of bug abuse videos on YouTube and stuff like that. Or mods, different stuff like that. They like making mods of the games. I don't think I'll fix it. It might make it more accessible.
Yeah.
To people, but
and that's the difference with Battlefield, is because EA obviously have a really large presence on PC, don't they? They obviously have their own platform, and they put a lot into that. And Battlefield, from my understanding, was actually birthed on PC. So obviously you're getting a much stronger game on that platform, aren't you? But apparently this year with Call of Duty, they actually have their own. There's actually a whole company dedicated to sorting out the PC version.
okay.
So it should be interesting, but yeah, it's always never been great on there. So, and obviously you have to play with mouse and keyboard, which is an issue, isn't it?
Nope. That's the best.
It's an issue, isn't it, Jodie?
It is the biggest.
It is an issue.
No.
So then outside of Battlefield, then I was talked about Anthem. We're excited for that. We talked about FIFA. What do you think is the possibility of something brand new from an EA studio coming?
I'd love to see it. Something fresh.
Yeah.
To take that company in a different direction.
Which it needs badly.
It really does, because at the end of the day, it's failing. Really. Oh well, it's not. I mean, like.
Well, they're
let's
still
be
making
honest,
millions.
They make so much money anyway. Like, they could literally just live off FIFA for like the rest of their lives, and they'd be fine. But if they want to move forward, they need something new, something fresh, something that's different to the rest of the market. Really, don't go down the battle royale route.
Yeah.
Please don't.
It's too tempting though.
It's such a saturated market right now. You got Fortnite, H1Z1, PUBG, all that kind of
Yeah, you
stuff.
got Call of Duty coming with theirs. I think there's another one that's
Radical
got announced.
Heights.
Radical Heights. That
Radical
died a
Heights.
death.
Yeah, it did. But it's free.
Yeah, and the company's shut down now, so that's not going to last much longer.
Oh, great. I didn't realise this.
Yeah. So the company who made that, they made a game just before that, and I can't remember for the life of me what it was called, but they went like way over the top on how big it was going to be, and it failed. So they were like, we're doing this passion project, Radical Heights. We poured months and months of resources into this. It was like, wow, lots of it. And then even at the end, they literally went, we were literally losing so much money, we thought we'd just throw something out there to see if it would make money, and it didn't. So that died a death.
But the riding around on bikes in that game was so much fun.
It looked alright. I've never even played it.
Oh, no, you need to go on
I was
it
just
and ride those
turned off
bikes.
because I was like, I'm not massive on Battle Royale games anyway. We play Fortnite, me and Jodie, like, you know, every now and then, and we're like the worst players in the world at it, but it's a good laugh sometimes. But yeah.
Might you need to join us? That's what needs to happen.
Oh, Jodie, if Fortnite comes on the Switch. That's going to be so good. And then we bully Mike into getting a Switch, and with 3 pals doing it all again. So we need, over the course of these next few days, to really go at Mike in the comments and make him get a Switch. That's what needs to happen. So just between you and me, please bully Mike into getting a Switch. Find him on Facebook. Send him tons of direct messages. Find him on Snapchat. Get him everywhere. Just literally just keep going until he gets one. That's what needs to happen.
Just a precursor, guys. CGN does not advocate bullying. doesn't advocate bullying.
Well, we weren't saying that 5 minutes ago.
Jodie's not included.
So that
Take away at Jodie.
That is a challenge. So please, from the bottom of my heart, make it happen. Show the power of the internet.
It sounds like one of those charity adverts.
It does, doesn't it? And I want literally.
For £1 a month, you can bully Mike into buying a Switch.
I want articles in the newspaper going like, Can't believe he's not done it yet. I want little kids following you down the street and kicking you in the legs until you go down, and then you're crying, and then they're all hitting you with baseball bats, going, "Get a switch! Get a switch! Get a switch!" That's what we want to happen.
Tim.
No,
He's
it
going
needs.
to do it. It's just we've just got to work at it. Okay.
It's just so difficult.
We know.
It's so difficult.
We know.
When we know what we could have together as a team.
I'll just steal Jodie. You don't really want to play with Jodie anyway, do you? So. I'm only joking, Joe.
So from what I can see, we're 10 minutes out. So one final thing I want to ask.
No, Dom. They're already
what?
messaging me.
That's it.
Get a
Thank
switch.
you.
No.
Continue it. Continue. Just do it and do it.
I'll get a switch when you get a switch, Dom.
This is where he goes. He's already got one, and it's like, Mike, I'm taking you downtown.
He doesn't. It's great. Dom is a good boy. Dom is a PC gamer. He knows where it's at.
But he's got a PlayStation as well.
Yeah, but
That's true.
he knows where it's at.
He knows it's at the Switch.
No, he knows it's at the PC. He knows.
I
So-
think Dom would be a really good person on Splatoon.
I think he would be.
I think he'd be boss.
Oh.
After that
Splatoon 2, what a game.
Division,
Yeah.
I think he could actually do Splatoon 2. I think he'd probably take most of us out.
Yeah.
He's
So
quite
Dom actually joined us for E3 once, and that was one of my favourite E3s because that happened with Mike where he fell asleep. But then Dom, he was like, he really wanted to play the Division, but he didn't have a PS4 and stuff. So he was like, Jodie, can I borrow you? Can I have a go? And he was like, oh yeah, sure. So we let him have a go, and he literally just went silent for 2 hours. Like he didn't speak. He was just like this. And he just played it for 2 hours straight, and he was like, Jodie was like, can I have the... And he's like, no. He's like, no. So it was a good laugh. But my last question, EA currently holds the license to Star Wars. They obviously have Battlefront 2, which obviously had a bit of a whoopsie last year, shall we say, with the whole loot box thing. Do we think we're going to see any other Star Wars games? We know that there is... Oops. Thank you for that. We know that there's about at least like 5 studios working on Star Wars games, and then they shut down the one that most people are excited for because they're absolute douchebags. I'm sorry if that's that offensive to anybody in the UK. We say douchebag. So do we think we're going to see any Star Wars games this year?
No.
No.
No?
No.
Well, that was easy.
No,
So-
not gonna see it.
I really hope that we do. We've got to see something like they've had it for ages and they've not done anything other than
They're
Battlefront.
lazy.
They are, aren't they?
What are they gonna do?
I don't know. So we have now got 7 minutes before the EA conference starts. So we're going to take a quick 5-minute break before we start. Make sure we're all ready. We're mentally prepared. And you've had a bit more time to bully Mike into getting a Switch. So we're going to switch over now and we will see you in 5 minutes.
Infinite power. Infinite power. Infinite power. Infinite power. Infinite power. Infinite power. infinite power, 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 power. Infinite power.
Bean sprouts, lollipops, and choco crispy treats. Let's all do the feet. Bum, bum, up.
So we thought before we start, we show you this little pal. So this is our little mascot, Miko. He's looking at the camera and everything. So Dom, you might remember him. I'm sure you do. But this is our little chihuahua. He's very cute. He's very silly. He does ridiculous things like dive across rooms and get scared at the wind. But that's Miko.
He's trying to lick me.
So we thought we'd show our little doggy. Look how lovely he is. So he's about to head off on his little holidays. And he makes very strange noises. So he's going to be going away. So you won't ever get a chance to see him until... he's not going away forever. Just for the weekend. Because he'd be...
Don't listen to him, Miko. Don't listen to him.
He would be such a pain in the butthole, wouldn't you, Miko? Yes. So we're going to see you in just a couple of minutes before we start. So we'll see you very soon. When Jodie hits the fade button.
I'm coming.
infinite power, infinite power, power.
Things up because they know that I'm both a gamer and a fan. So they invited me to come and host the show, and I think this year it's going to be a lot of fun, you guys. I hope you're ready. 'Cause we're about to kick the press.
Sorry about that. We had a few little
But
technical issues, but we are up and running.
EA Play is more than just the show you're about to
We've
watch.
got no.
Right behind
Let's
these
all
doors,
do the
there
thing.
is a fan fest outside, and it is huge this year. It's a full 3-day gaming festival where thousands of gamers can come and play games for free. Now, inside the theater
Okay,
here,
we
there are
continue to
hundreds
have a
of
few
community
problems
members
here.
from all over the world
Your
who are going to
iPad
be
doesn't play
capturing, streaming, and getting their first impressions of the games that we're going to be showing off here today. But before we can get to that, we've got some reveals, of course. We're going to kick things off with a look at Battlefield 5 multiplayer. Now, I know Trevor Noah gave you the first look. Yeah, we can clap it up. Last month, but we've got some new stuff to show you today. Then we're going to move on to FIFA 19, and boy, do they have some big news, you guys. Any World Cup fans? You guys excited? Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Then we've got 2 new indie games to share, and then I'm going to come back towards the end of the show with some of my favorite developers to give you guys a nice, meaty look at Anthem. And of course, yeah, we got the woos for Anthem. I'm into it. You want to do this with me? Well, wouldn't it be fun, you guys, if I told you all the secrets at once, right? Well, give him a break. He needs to just enjoy the show. So without further ado, let's get things started.
Mike's already wrong. So it's great, you can see it, we can't hear any sound at the moment, so we're just trying to resolve that at the moment. But you can enjoy the show.
Right, it's time.
We're missing the dodginess, we're missing the dodginess.
It's been 2 weeks since the reveal of Battlefield 5. And you know what?
Please.
It's been exciting, there's been a lot of speculation, and so many brilliant remixes of a reveal trailer. But there's also been lots and lots of questions from the community. And we've heard you want to see more gameplay innovations. You want to know how customization actually works, and you want to know more about our take on the Second World War. So today, we'll show you more gameplay and why this is the deepest and most immersive battlefield yet.
It certainly is. You will be able to dive and smash through windows to surprise your enemies. Where previously defenses were stationary, you will now be able to move these weapons around on the battlefield and gain advantages.
I can't put it on because it's
And our renowned destruction system is back and more impactful than ever. So, well,
No.
you can't really hide from those pesky tanks anymore as they come chasing you for you, as they rip through those buildings. And you will now be able to customize your soldiers, your vehicles, and your weapons, not only for the gameplay, but for the looks, as part of our portrayal of the Second World War.
And that's just the tip of the iceberg in Battlefield 5. You're going to see a lot more of our new gameplay systems here at EA Play from our community. So let's talk about our single player in War Stories.
Yes, let's do that. So we want to tell you
Okay,
about those
so we are up and running
untold
now.
stories that got us excited to start with on this game.
I've got no sound on this.
It's about, what you will see is really those moments of human heroism.
Some issue with
It is about witnessing the war through the eyes of the men and the women who shaped the world forever. Real and relatable people facing the brutality of war. We started off by an exclusive look at the Nordlys war story over at the Xbox briefing tomorrow.
So basically, we can't hear
something
anything.
not to miss tomorrow. So our launch in October is just
That's all
the
that
beginning.
matters.
You will all go on an expanding journey through the Second World War. No loot boxes,
Yeah, yeah.
no premium pass. Every day will bring something new. And as part of that journey, after launch, you'll get something I know a lot of you have been asking for.
It's Royale. It's Royale reimagined for Battlefield. So we bring those pillars of Battlefield with destruction, team play, vehicles into this
I think
new
we're slightly
experience.
ahead of you, actually.
So
now.
we will bring you
We can see it
experience
before you.
that you
So
haven't
if
played
you see us go
before
crazy,
in
it's because
Battlefield
we're
or
seeing us
anywhere
do
else.
before, yeah.
But more about that later this year.
So with that, it's time to show you what makes Battlefield so special. It's the unmatched intensity of our multiplayer sandbox, and this time, it's even more epic, fighting across multiple maps and modes. Welcome to your next Battlefield experience,
Let us know,
and this is your
let Mike
first
know
look at ground
if you're
operations.
hearing
And
double
this time,
on the stream, if you
even
can hear what we're
featuring
hearing as well.
music.
So if you've got perfect sound, we're all happy, we're all set up. If not, we'll try and solve it for you.
We fell over.
It doesn't count.
It doesn't count, Mike.
Well, that's
doesn't
point.
count.
I need to get up my notebook to make the notes of points. I actually thought they would start the show with this, but I didn't have the guts to go for it. So far, Mike is wrong.
Yeah.
Well, I think they're trying to go. This is the first big thing. This is our biggest game of the year.
Ikke en dråpe. Jeg elsker deg.
Not more story. Exclusive first look in the Xbox E3 briefing tomorrow.
Oh.
There we go
Wonder
with
what this
FIFA.
is.
So you were one off. It's second.
Em tornar-me campeão. É preciso determinação e vontade de vencer. Até mesmo nos momentos mais difíceis, tu tens de continuar a acreditar. Esta é a tua oportunidade de te mostrares ao mundo. Tu és um campeão.
I think he was just speaking a different accent.
It's really big music.
I'm bred for this moment. I bled for this moment. I done fought, prepared for this moment. Now I'm off the ledge and I'm floating. Want my name in the rafters, name what you after. Pain and the passion, reign as a champion.
What?
The camera mic that's being used right now.
We'll turn it up a little bit.
See,
That should be
kinda
better.
playing
Well,
If
I
it's
didn't
in
do
the
it,
corner.
so have you been fiddling with the little...
I don't play with the microphone.
We turned it up, Andy.
That's the UEFA Champions League, the pinnacle of club football.
Is that all
Where the
better?
world's best clubs compete and icons of the game like Gerrard and Cruyff cemented their legacies. The world's biggest league joins the world's game. And a special thanks to the legendary Hans Zimmer.
Is that seriously it? They've got the Champions League in the game.
And I really love the trailer because it captures our epic vision.
I didn't realise it wasn't in it. Well, apparently, I didn't even know it wasn't in it. It's gone like the sound from the microphone, Jodie.
Champions League is an amazing addition for the game. It's where football's biggest heroes like Ronaldo and Neymar
no, not the whole thing.
every year.
Yours is behind the screen.
And it's the place where champions rise. And
This is the thing, right? We're more concerned about how much popcorn we're eating than what's happening with FIFA.
That's why we're bringing the Champions League across the game.
Just
It will be an authentic Champions League tournament mode. Your club will chase this trophy in career mode. Alex Hunter will pursue Champions League glory in your story mode, The Journey, and in FIFA Ultimate Team, there'll be live and authentic Champions League content. And we'll share more details on that, along with all our other Ultimate Team features later this summer.
FIFA Battle Royale.
That would be amazing. Was that Dom?
Yeah.
Legend.
And we know how passionate you are about gameplay, so we've worked hard to shape and refine our vision for FIFA 19 with input from our community. From hands-on tests with beginners to detailed feedback sessions with FIFA pros. And we're going to be sharing a lot more about gameplay throughout the summer, but what I can tell you right now is that the quality of our gameplay was raised
the beginning
yet
of the
again
football
this year.
season in September?
So we look forward to everybody experiencing the game on the hands-on sessions this week. And also, of course, we're extremely excited
September
for
28th.
everybody to play it when we launch on September 28th.
That's a date I'd rather be in work.
And that's our FIFA 19 news,
Oh, we're booking that
headlined by
day
the UEFA Champions League. But I just wanted to take a minute to pause and reflect. Standing next to this trophy is a little bit surreal. You know, growing up, there's two iconic trophies that every young player dreams of winning. And for your club, it's this one.
The pursuit of Champions League glory.
No one died.
But for your country, it's this trophy. The World Cup. And with the tournament starting in just 5 days, we're excited for the world to compete for it in FIFA 18.
As you can imagine, all of us
the rest of the
on
world
the FIFA
can.
team
Thanks,
can't
love.
wait for the start of the World Cup. And we want to celebrate with FIFA 18 players, which is why we've just updated the game with a free World Cup experience on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PS,
I wouldn't buy it.
PC, and Nintendo Switch.
Don't even want it if it's free.
But you can take Ronaldo and Portugal to their first World Cup victory. Or you can write your own story with some great nations who didn't qualify this year. Or you can make a crazy dream a reality for your home country, like mine, Iceland. Who would have thought that a nation of only 350,000 people would ever qualify?
You can see it in their
You can feel
excitement.
their excitement.
That's just all animated to make it look excited.
That didn't look exciting though, that was the
No, that's what
problem.
I'm saying.
The crowd's gotten better since I last played FIFA.
Yeah, that was one thing they did
In
improve.
the room, that might still sting.
What?
In the 2002 one.
And Lena isn't the only one who's
2002?
excited.
That's
like-
FIFA 18 players
that's
are
like
loving
16
the
years
World Cup
ago.
Yeah, that's
experience
last time
so
I
far.
played it.
But we want to invite everyone.
I was like,
So I'm pleased
2002?
that for a limited time, FIFA 18 complete with the entire
Free trial,
World
mate.
Cup
You said
experience is
it was
available for a
free.
free trial on PlayStation 4 and
That's
Xbox
because they can't
One
get anyone else
and
to
on
buy it,
PC
that's why we
through
got to do
Origin
it
Access.
first.
Yeah, you can download and play the entire game right now for free. Yeah.
You definitely played this audience.
It's like at the Apple ones where they have loads of their employees in it, so they all go crazy.
Yeah.
They did that at the Xbox
We're
one.
going to be playing live at the end of the
I
show.
think it was last year, just like
representing
blatantly
their nations
Xbox employees going crazy at the
And
run.
this summer will bring so much more for FIFA fans. Plenty of FIFA 18 content centered around the world.
How are they still
and
talking
bring you all the details of
about the
FIFA.
same thing?
But in the meantime, let's all enjoy the
I
World
don't
Cup.
What'd she say then?
Thank
I
you.
don't know. I think she said, please don't buy our game.
Yeah, different language.
I don't know.
Maybe she was just warning that. Very country not to fight.
It is the big day. On the biggest stage at the World Cup.
Oh, this guy thinks he's proper awesome. He really does.
FIFA 19. You know, the FIFA community never rests. 20 million people from 60 countries playing in competitive leagues this year. Well, the FIFA team never rests either, bringing the Champions League and the World Cup and so much other greatness to FIFA this year. We can't wait for you to experience it all. We've got so much to do here today, but I want to welcome you to EA Play. It's our third EA Play.
Eminem down. That's the most exciting thing that's happened all conference so far.
With us to share all the games that we have to show you. We've got lots to do, but before we move on, I'd like to share just a couple of things. The greatest disruption to the consumption of entertainment media in the last 5 years is the combination of streaming plus subscription. As consumers,
so EA, just to give a bit of context to what he's saying, he actually EA have actually bought out a company called GameFly that are like Blockbuster for games, if you like, but they also have a streaming service. So there's a whole thing around is EA wanting to stream games basically.
Has joined Electronic Arts to help our investors.
And it looks like that's what's happening.
Just stick to the what you're doing
our
here.
pioneering into this cloud gaming world. For many people, that's going to mean extending the experiences they already play on our partner platforms. For others, it's going to mean new games and new modalities of play across a whole variety of platforms. But for everyone, it's going to mean playing games anywhere, anytime. So this week, we've got a tech demo running. All of our games streaming in HD from the cloud to multiple devices that you'll be able to try out for yourselves. Now, it's not quite ready for full market prime time yet, but it is a promise of what we hope to bring you in the future. The second part of that, of course, is subscription. And we started subscription a number of years ago, and many millions of you have signed up and experienced the joy of being able to have full access to a great catalog of games. Today, we're announcing Origin Access Premiere. So 3 things you need to know about it. Origin Access Premiere will bring you all of our new PC games, starting with Madden NFL, back on the PC for the first time in over a decade. Then FIFA 19, Battlefield 5, and of course Anthem.
Teaser.
And there'll be many more titles in the years to come. Second, you get access to the Vault, our library of over 100 games from EA and other publishers. And third, it will launch later this summer. So that's a little later in the year, but if you want to get started right now and experience the benefits and joys of subscription, come in and play a free trial of Origin Access, our base subscription, this weekend. Thank you and have a great day.
You clocked out a long time ago.
PC games. PC games.
Oh, I'd love a Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 2. I would love that.
What about Plant vs Zombies FIFA? Crossover. One team's the plants and the other team's the
To be fair, that actually sounds pretty good.
Yeah,
Sims.
I'm putting copyright on that. Georgie, it's coming.
It's not. That was the old one.
Mate, it's coming. Give it time, it's coming.
So that sounds interesting. So from what I'm understanding from that is that you'll pay a 1 subscription and you'll be able to play all those games.
That's sick.
So at the
Hey everybody, what's up? So I'm here sitting inside the crowded EA Play, and I just happened to find Mr. Vince Zampella here in the
Gotta love the
audience.
respawn. So they make Titanfall.
What's going on, Vince? How you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. I love this stuff. I love seeing new games.
I mean, someone's super excited about that man on PC, right? Yeah!
Kind of failed that, didn't it?
So, you guys may have seen that Vince was tweeting yesterday.
She is.
And there has been
I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but
you wanna just get right to it?
Andrea Renee, something like that.
Right.
She's been on like kind of funny, and she's kind of just been getting around, to be honest.
Stuff. It's amazing. The teams
She's just a random like YouTuber.
She seems to be on
we wanted to bring a little tidbit.
I think she might be partly employed.
On getting the name and kind of the setting for what our Star Wars game is going to be, and we're going to talk about it right now.
Oh, you guys got any guesses? I bet you the internet is going wild right now.
Oh, there's got to be some memes for that.
Star Wars name is Jedi Fallen Order.
Woo! So Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah, so it kind of gives you some idea that you'll be playing a Jedi.
So does that mean I get to like?
That's how they're revealing that game in these series.
No.
So Vince, you got anything else?
Well, it takes place.
She always wants what everyone else has got.
Trying to be a little vague here, but when the Jedi's are being hunted, so it's gonna be.
Hey, can I make that?
So for all the hardcore nerds out there who want to know like where in the timeline, like between which episodes is it?
Between 3 and 4.
I'm trying to. Eminem's flying everywhere.
You got any other tidbits?
It's not a nice.
It's a dark time.
It's a dark time.
Bad time. Does that mean it's gonna just be all dark and serious?
It's amazing.
All right, so I think people are now anxiously want to know, like, when can we play the game?
It will be
which holiday?
Holiday of next year, 2019.
Christmas holiday.
Not this year.
Jodie.
We can have
sorry
some
to dash any hope.
No.
But now that we know,
No.
set expectations.
When they
we're all
say
gonna be
holiday, it
amped
means
up,
Christmas.
And hopefully we'll hear more from you maybe next year.
Oh yeah.
Vince, it was great to see you. Thanks for stopping by the show today. We do have a little bit more news on Star Wars.
Do they mean the summer holidays?
Dennis.
Hey, the game that ripped off everybody! Yeah!
Hello there. My name is Dennis. I work at DICE in Stockholm on Star Wars Battlefront 2. I'm really happy and excited to be here today, so thank you so much for hanging out with me for a little bit. So we launched our game in November of last year.
Wow.
And clearly we didn't get it
Acknowledging
quite
it.
right. So instead of coming out of the gate sprinting like we really wanted to, we had to take a step back and make sure that we were delivering the game that our players really wanted. So we decided to completely overhaul our progression system and add a bunch of new character cosmetics for players to collect instead. So from there, we added a new hunt mode inspired by the original Battlefront games that I loved personally, starting with the Ewoks on Endor. And
he's so awkward.
Thank you. It turned out to be by far the most popular update of the game, and the team loved building Ewok hunts. So, as you might know, we're currently in our Han Solo season with content from the movie coming next week. It's headlined by the new planet Kessel, a really dangerous place, and it features the return of one of our favorite modes, Extraction. So looking forward a little bit, this summer we will be introducing a new squad system to the game, which will allow you to team up much easier and play with your friends. We're also adding a new Starfighter mode focused around dogfighting with your hero ship.
Come on.
And looking ahead a little bit
on
more,
time now.
we'll be delivering
So we lagged for a minute, but then it actually put us on time with everybody, which is great.
Capturing command posts and
Watch the big one.
attacking and taking out capital ships. But that's not all. We know that you have been asking for new heroes, villains, and planets from a certain era that features a very iconic Star Wars conflict. So I'm excited to confirm that Battlefront 2 this year will be going deep into the Clone Wars.
I don't understand any of that.
It's only fitting that we begin on the planet Geonosis, featuring multiple levels,
Jodie, what are you-
including the
this-
largest
What is going on?
built for Battlefront.
Stop trying to Batman.
So let's
Every
talk about
time you
heroes
say
and
something
villains.
that requires
First, let me
correction,
introduce
we're gonna do. That's what's gonna happen.
Well, this is going to be quiet for the rest of the weekend then.
Droid army in the galaxy, General Grievous. And yes, he will be going up against my own personal favorite, Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, I'm actually tempted to get at this game now they sorted it out. I'm tempted. I am a big Star Wars fan, but I refuse because of the loot box situation. So if that is resolved, I might give it a go.
As well as someone to bring balance to the Force.
Mike.
Obi-Wan's unruly.
Sorry, your head.
The team at home is extremely excited to be building all of these cool things. EA and DICE are committed to Battlefront. We had a rough start, but I really think that this game has a bright future.
It's interesting because like loads of people are saying like they really hope that they apologise for what happened, or like at least acknowledge that it happened. I can't believe they actually have. That's actually a big step for EA because they literally just do whatever they want, don't they?
Yep.
So thank you. May the Force be with you, and enjoy the rest of E3. Thanks.
Hey, he's gone.
Oh, it's oh, I can't remember what it's a little Yanni, isn't it? Isn't that his name?
Yanni.
Something like that.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
From a few years ago. See, and this is the EA original that I was talking about. Will it be the best of the show? Probably. This is a bit darker than what it was the first time. Look at it.
That was so random.
Hi, it's really good to see you.
I think he might be the guy that cried on stage last time. Oh no, I don't think he was.
It was very nervous.
Symbolize love and the bonds between people. In our new game, we tear that bond up right at the start. You lose everything, including your spark. But when things are at their darkest, you find hope. And you form a new bond.
Hope.
And your spark is rekindled. And it leads you off on an adventure.
We were on time.
So welcome to Unravel 2.
See what they did there? They put 2 in the name.
Fresh start
and now there's 2.
and second chances. These 2 little souls who refuse to give up.
Well done.
And who build something new and beautiful together. And the whole game is inspired by that spirit of optimism and togetherness.
Are they friends?
You see, it's all made to be played with 2 characters.
Well, they are technically connected
alone,
now.
Or you can play it in co-op with a friend. But there's always 2 characters there, sharing one yarn and working together to get through this adventure.
Can't do that in any other game.
It's quite different.
This is like...
Look at that, it's pretty cool, bouncing around.
And more challenging. But above all, it's a lot more playful. And we think it's a worthy success.
It looks weird.
Are they literally
I want to show it to you now. So
Is
I
that what's happening?
Made it
so please welcome Michael to the stage. So a producer at Coldwood.
Hi, Mike.
Oh, what am I doing up there?
And we're going to try to show you a little bit of what I'm talking about how you can play the game in co-op with yourself, essentially.
With yourself?
What?
So this
Oh.
wasn't prepared. There we are.
That was weird. Oh, that's a
So when you're playing it by yourself, you can essentially pick up the other character and carry them along through the more fast-paced segments of the game. And we actually tried to include a bit more of those because we figured that since it's a co-op game, we wanted to have more like thrill and danger and kind of wow moments, places that were like fun and exciting.
I like the way the screen moves
to the more puzzly areas,
It's a very
like
pressy
this, when
game,
you're problem solving.
But it's the way it's kind of like not just like side scroll, it's kind of like moving deeper into the forest kind of thing as you go.
Designed all the problems and puzzles of the game, that you're always working together and helping each other out and utilizing this bond between you to overcome any obstacle that you come across. So I guess I'll jump in at this.
Yeah, come on. So I'm gonna be the red one.
Okay, I'll be the blue one. I'll be blue. A little celebratory flip there.
They've not got names then.
I
It's just
can't
the red
remember.
one
It
and
was
the blue
some.
one.
It was. I'm sure it was something like Yarny or something like that. It was something like that.
Are they losing yarn as they move?
I think in the first game you had a specific amount of yarn you had to get to the end of the level with that.
Okay.
Within that, but
Okay,
it doesn't look like
you
that's
go
the
ahead.
case on this one.
Oh. Okay, this is
That
the
was
This is what
cool.
they're offering us.
What do you mean?
Just everything they could offer.
Yeah.
This is it.
This is the bit you get in full gameplay.
Yeah.
Who's that? Why is there a little ghost kid?
I know, I found that a little bit weird.
Oh, sweet.
I'm
Well
having
done.
memories.
Okay, I'll go up and distract the grouse. You can. I'll
It's
sneak
gonna
up here.
scare kids into thinking that turkeys are evil.
When they're totally not.
I know.
Like man's best friend.
Your turn.
They're good food.
Look at
You just taste box.
That's making me hungry now.
Yeah, turkey.
Yeah.
Now I'll go. Alright.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Use yourself as bait so the other one can get.
Yeah. I guarantee this is like
Now
the
we can
first
breathe
level,
again.
can't you?
Yeah.
Or can we?
How long is this footage gonna go on for? Just thinking, like, there's not really any real puzzle to it.
So that's
You know what I
that's a
mean?
There was,
quick
I guess, if
look
like
at,
you were doing it
level
yourself, you probably would have died a few
and,
times by now. And like you said, with that using yourself as bait, you would
Yeah.
have had to work that out, I guess, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
There's
really
nothing
hope you like
major.
it.
It's like,
No.
you know what I mean?
And before I go, I just want to send some love to the team back home because working
I
on
think
this
that could be a
has
game I
been
could get
an-
into, you know.
completely amazing.
We
team
found one for
effort. So
Jodie.
many
Let's put
levels
that down.
Everybody has worked so hard.
Jodie
So
may buy.
there's a bunch of us from Coldwood here, and thank you to those, and thank you to everybody back home. And
I mean, I'd probably have to go back and watch the first one, play the first one, but I mean, I'm against that.
It's definitely the best one so far.
Oh, we just seen this bit.
It's just a trailer with a bunch of other different bits in it, I think.
And this is looks like Adam Jones.
Adam Jones. It's Adam Jones.
Adam Jones.
Oh.
The sea waves are my ego, and the sun on my head is smoke. I made this kingdom on my own, and all the
Maybe there is a bit more of a puzzle theme to it. They just showed us a crap bit. Oh, look at that.
Riding on a swan. That's a sail right there, isn't it, Jodie?
And the brilliant team at Coldwood. the great game
Yes,
is
it
from.
is.
These guys have done an amazing job, and it's
I see what it
clear
means.
that they have a lot of passion, and
Oh,
I
it's
can't
not anymore.
personally wait to play Unravel 2 with my kids. But what's even more amazing is that we will make Unravel 2 available to everyone today.
Yeah, play Unravel 2 with us kids. There's no chance he's
You'll
playing
be
that.
able to take
Do you know
these
what
two
that one is,
Yarnies on their next adventure starting today. The game is finished, it's out.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, but what's the real name?
So thank you, Martin, and thank you to the team at
Yeah, but
Coldwood.
we could have
That's it.
Back in
Yarny.
2015,
Like, we're not just called
we started
humans,
on this
are we?
journey
No, but
with
he
the
was
original
called
Unravel.
Yarny.
To seek out the most creative, independent
wasn't biased,
developers and
yeah,
bring
me.
them into our EA Originals.
Still don't agree with this. Should have different.
It's been our way of
What's like
helping
the
these
Smurfs?
creators bring their unique games
I know.
to
Smurf
the
all
world
means the
and
same
tell
thing.
their story.
Yeah, but they all have
Last year,
different
if you remember,
names.
Joseph Fares
So
was
they have,
up on
like,
stage representing his team at
Papa
Haze
Smurf.
Light and The Way Out.
Papa Yarny there.
We all can remember
Blue
that.
Yarny, red Yarny.
And you might even remember him from the Game Awards as well. I think I did. Anyhow, in March that game caught fire.
It's innovative, it's fun, and it's something fresh and new, and you all loved it. We saw over 2 million players in the first 2
fell
weeks.
over his words.
And A Way Out was such a huge success that
Nice try.
So stories like this drive our industry, and it's why we will continue to work with independent developers to help them realize their dreams. Which leads us to our next EA Originals title, from a little game studio in Berlin called Jodie Games. When I met this team and I saw the game, I was instantly drawn to how personal this story was. It's one that carries a very powerful and important message.
It's an independent
and it's unlike anything
EA Original.
So please welcome Connie Gepper to the stage.
You can dream, but you shall not win.
Oh, you do get a teaser at the end of this. What are you going to do?
I'll shake your hand.
That it?
And give you 20p.
I was put £20 and I was like, I'm up for that.
Thank you, Patrick. I still remember during the pitch how enthusiastic Patrick was, and that afterwards, like our whole team, including me, were
I don't know what's
super
happening.
excited. It actually feels a little bit the same right now. I'm pretty excited, maybe a little too excited. Thank you. We are a small
Because she's
indie
nervous,
studio
but
from
it's
Berlin,
cute that
and
she's
we
like
are
nervous, but she really wants.
It's cute that she's nervous.
You know that she's like the guy who came on and introduced Unravel 1. He was basically crying on the stage because he was just nervous and like excited and everything. So this is another one where it's like, oh, that's cute because she's like excited but nervous, and it's like, oh, it's gonna happen, and it's like, so it was like, what are you doing?
A bit like what happened with Dex when he had to host a show without him.
I didn't see that.
You will see, hear,
It must have been awkward.
While playing.
It looked like he was going to cry.
I bet.
What makes this underlying concept so important and so unique is that nearly every human being can at least somehow relate to or remember the feeling of being lonely. In my case, I started writing the story when I felt the loneliest in my life. I think as an artist, you process your emotional world by letting it out and putting it into your art. I'm still amazed how like the concept seems to just float out of me like right into the hand and onto the paper. I think this is also why so many people can instantly connect with the game, because it's not a made-up story, even though that it takes place in a fantastic setting.
I'm not amused.
In SOS,
the way
we
she
try to
said.
show how people experience different kinds of loneliness, but also how outsiders, friends, and
So,
family see those who struggle.
Pizza after this, guys.
We achieve all this in beautiful ways. Who wants to simply enjoy a fantastic experience can do
Can we
so.
just show the game? Like, I don't.
Yeah.
Just talking nonsense.
I'd rather just like show all the trailers and we just go, okay, bye.
Well, that's what PlayStation do, don't they?
That's why they
It's
want
too much talking.
I don't care about her artsiness right now.
Neither do I.
Such strong loneliness that her inner feeling, the darkness, the anger, the hopelessness, worthlessness, turns to the outside and she becomes a monster. The game is about finding out why this happened to her, but also how to turn her back into a human. Ultimately, the goal is to bring all those emotions into balance.
Why is she not human? Whoa,
Some needs to
whoa,
become
I missed the
bigger,
big thing there.
Some would be
She's
better off a
been
little
angry
smaller,
and stuff,
but
so she's turned
to
inhuman.
embrace
Into a monster.
even your
Right.
destructive
Turn
part
into a monster.
or your self-doubt in the same way you embrace your joy or your hope. This
Yeah,
is
Dom,
what
these
being
games are
human is
boring.
all about. And that's what
Well,
our
I'd like to
game
see the game to determine whether it's boring or not, but they're just chatting on about. I don't even know what the heck. Something flowing out of it, that's all I heard.
Oh, looks like we're gonna show it.
This world that I live in is
Imagine
empty
like
and
Croc,
cold.
where she goes through Italy on the boat
The
when you're in the game.
loneliness
Oh, one of
cuts
the early
me
ones.
and tortures my soul. I'm no child of destiny.
Okay.
And no fortune, son. I've just chased you so long now. I'm too weak to run.
I do like the style of this though.
A new day is here, but nothing is new. Alone in my room, I tremble.
Looks interesting, but somebody has had a dark past.
Oh, yes.
But I'm not the only one.
Here's my montage.
We are the one. We can shut you down, and we can put you on an island. Crossover. Gather. Gang.
This will be NBA Live. No montage as of yet.
Be ready. Because we're coming at you.
It wasn't a VA.
Say it how you want. Trust the process.
You can try it.
We need to put
Or be the answer.
I will not allow it. So, give a bit of background to NBA Live. So, this took some time off because it was
just
really bad. NBA 2K has just been like smashing it for years, and they've just literally been trying to get it to a point where it can even compete with that game. And they're really trying, but it's not happening. It's just not happening. They're not.
And this
just can't compete, really. There you go. Don't talk about it. Do not talk about it, please. So this is NFL. I'm really surprised they didn't put all of the sports games together like they usually do.
And here he is now in his first championship game, looking to accomplish a goal.
3rd and 4, throws it low. T.Y. drops it.
Who watches this? Who watches pro Madden players? Why?
I watched Ninja when he was playing Fortnite.
No, but I mean, like, but that's a game that's actually worth watching.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I think it's just sports fans. Like,
watch real sports.
Yeah, but fake sports is funny too.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Madden 18 champion.
He's finally done it.
Oh, we don't need you to come on stage and talk about nothing.
What I do when
How you doing? I've been good. You still recovering from that butt whooping? Wow, already starting. Okay. Hi, everybody.
I want to know what's in that guy's bag.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Why is come on the bag? What's in the bag?
Because he thinks he's cool when he's not.
That's pretty fire. I like that a lot.
Right. If you were cool,
as you guys
wouldn't
know,
wear
this is
that.
Young Kid, Madden 18, Madden champion. Like, give it up for Young Kid, y'all. Give it up.
What do you think?
Like, this is our dire. It's already got, like, we're literally more concerned about those. I mean, I'm concerned about the pants.
Did you walk around like that?
Yeah.
Literally, that top on, those pants and those shoes.
I was playing baseball, I hurt my arm.
Okay.
So then
I
I
think
picked
I
up
pull it off.
Madden, and then at first it was really bad. I was getting blown out online, but I kept at it. I put more and more time into it. Eventually, I made my first tournament, but I had a big decision. It was the same time as my graduation.
Wow. Okay. So the key to be the #1 player in Madden is to hurt your arm in baseball.
You didn't.
That's #1.
You didn't skip
Number 2,
graduation for
you
that.
said you had
He
the
made so
decision,
much money from
graduation or go to the tournament. So like, what did you
I
do?
want to call him Banana
I
Man.
chased that money. I still got my diploma, but I chased that money.
There you go. We're out here chasing
Like
money.
the superhero.
No.
That's awesome. Okay,
I
now
know
the
there's a
past two,
superhero called
you know,
Banana,
the past
but it's
few
not
years,
because of that.
how
Just
has
because
it been
he's
for you?
wearing
I know you had some ups and
Yellow
downs.
shoes.
It's been tough. I've had a lot of devastating
You've got yellow on your
losses.
shirt,
I've been so
Joe.
close
No,
to
yeah,
Yeah, but
you
mine's a
banana woman.
I
minion.
made the final on
Mine's a
TV and
minion, it's
got
not
blown
fully yellow
out.
like that.
But all those losses made me gain a lot of mental toughness, and that's how I got this belt.
Well, exactly, it's a minion. They love
That
bananas.
belt is so amazing.
Yeah, no,
There's
I
a
love
lot of,
bananas,
bling.
but still.
So you're a banana woman?
What's happening?
Well,
It's
today,
crazy that we're
EA
more
play,
interested in who
you know,
likes bananas
first look
than what
at
is
the
happening.
Madden. Super
That's what's
excited.
happening right now.
So
Why
fun
show that
today.
picture? What's the point?
They could reenact it right now
Yeah.
because he's got it on him.
Do it.
You know,
But they're actually.
round 2, so
Oh.
we're out. Have a good day.
He stole his belt, and then it got to. It's like they. When I said, you know, when I predicted that there would be nothing new in FIFA, I didn't realise it was going to be nothing new in any sports game. They're literally, it's like they've literally gone, oh my word, we've got nothing new. We need to just throw up random people.
That's what the Champions League, isn't it?
You fall so you can rise.
Wait, Frostbite made this.
You rise so that you can truly see.
Frostbite is the engine.
Yeah, sorry.
Never about reaching.
So they use Frostbite on everything now.
Frostpunk.
But about all the moments that got you here.
I can't wait for tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be good. Yeah.
Look at this. Oh, come on, fall over. Yes! Fell over again. What time people fell over in this?
Or will you define the moment?
Yeah, I'm just like, something like that. It does not need to be at this press conference. Just throw up the video on YouTube and literally throw it up. Throw it out there. And people who want it will buy it then. No one's buying it because you just got some random people talking about nothing. Who are these two morons now?
They're not showing anyone entering the stage, so how am I supposed to know if they fall over?
That's probably why they're not showing
because of that.
Live, winner take all, head-to-head match. Michael, why don't you tell us the rules?
Sure thing. The objective is straightforward. Destroy the opponent's base to win.
These never go well when they do live matches and stuff. Never goes down.
The unit automatically moves there.
What is
The
this?
most efficient way to destroy the opponent's base is with this giant nuclear missile in the center of the
What are
map.
we doing now?
Control the missile by standing on the majority of the control points. A bar fills up while the missile is possessed. Whoever controls the missile.
Like, they've not told us what even is this? It's just a mobile game. What is it? What's it called?
Boring. That's it.
Sounds
Got a
great,
headache,
Michael.
mate.
Well, enough talking about it. Let's get to this match.
Absolutely.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have an awesome matchup lined up for you here today. Fighting for the blue side of the room. If you could please give a cheer for one of the most formidable RTS players there is. Make some noise for In Control.
Yes.
In Control, Andy.
His opponent,
Why is that?
fighting for the
Who's that?
red side of the room. A
He's a
competitive
soccer player.
mobile gaming phenomenon. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Nick at Night.
Nick at Night.
It's a bit of a dodgy name, that, isn't
It's
it?
going to be a real clash of these gaming styles and the
is.
competitive backgrounds that these players have. It should be a great match.
It really is. I can't wait.
All right, are the players ready? Let's get this thing going.
Ready to go.
Oh, go on.
Ready to go?
Why
Let's do
not?
it.
All right, let's kick this off. Nice little strategy game for those of you out there. It's a good genre.
Fanta Fruit Twist is our drink
Very
of
excited for
choice.
this. The
Highly
players are
recommend it.
loading in and we are ready to go.
There are soft drinks out there that you can have. You don't just need to have Fanta Fruit Twist. They're not sponsored. 25 pence.
No free brand deals, guys. No free brand deals.
Crazy.
Now the infantry is going to come out to hold that top point. Both players, of course, trying to take that position. Nick at Night being able to reach it a little bit first in a strategy game. That flank position, that In Control is going from the top side. Also very important as Nick at Night's forces have to circle around the center.
This is like a rubbish version of
StarCraft.
StarCraft.
Is he able to get there? Looks like he's getting there. Here comes GDI with a Rhino. It's going to rip up those infantry.
No.
Going for the anti-infantry, and like any strategy game, the units that you're going to use when you deploy them will have a huge impact. Your micromanagement of your forces and protecting that economy as well.
Yep. Nick at Night with some attack bikes in the top. There he is.
And In Control placing the turret on the top right side to help cover
It's
that
not
Rhino
like
as
really
attack bikes move
micromanage
towards the
this
northwest position.
No,
You
it
can
looks
see that
like
the
you throw
missile
some
is
people
beginning
towards
to
them
ready,
and you, like,
and
watch it
firing that.
happen.
That takes
Yeah.
out half your base. The most important objective on the map is to hold those control zones.
Right. And In Control making a lot of progress to that far right side of the match.
He's done a great job of holding that down with the turret, and now he's redeploying his vehicles to the south side, bringing out more infantry to deal with the attack bikes. And
why
as
is this
the
a
economy
thing?
ramps up, of course, we're seeing bigger and more
I'm
powerful
like, you want to make a mobile game, fine. If you want to tell us about it at E3, fine. But you don't need to show us a whole match.
This is not a big thing.
And In Control brings out his first tank.
That is
That's going to be used to try and help push back these smaller forces as he makes his way to the south side. That missile passing halfway now. Gold zone, true zone in control of Nick at Night. He will have the missiles. We see it starts to point towards In Control's base.
Let's see if In Control can get around to that top corner, able to hold that missile.
I'm just very depressed right now.
It's okay.
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. If this, you know, if so, tomorrow we may as well talk over this because this is a waste of time. Tomorrow we're going to be live streaming late, very late, till we're looking at finishing probably around 4 o'clock in the morning. Now, if this was that conference, we'd just shut up shop right now and we'd be going to bed. I'm telling you now.
One shot away from being knocked out here, as the next one will start to ready up in just a moment's time. In Control is very heavy artillery force, doing a great job at taking control of the map.
I mean, I'd even give it a go. I'd give this game a go, but I don't want to watch a full match of it on an E3 stage.
I won't even give it a go.
Very crucial, very important to protect those.
That looks pretty boring, doesn't it?
Allows you to get these big late game units. The units are going to
How long are we going to be watching this for, though?
more of them on the field. In Control, just spreading his forces out.
The thing is, as well, it just looks like a rip-off of Clash Royale as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen that, it's like Clash of Clans like game like this, and it just looks like a rip-off of that. That's just not even done that well.
Another drill pod we're seeing with some flame tanks.
Yeah, bring in the flank of
None of them are compared to
amazing damage to the infantry, help to clean that out. Meanwhile, 2 more tanks coming out from Nick at Night to try and secure those positions. He brings up the laser infantry on the south side as well to deal with that tank. Going for counters, trying to scout out and see what your opponent is doing and make the proper response is so important in strategy.
Absolutely. Nick at Night cruising around, thinking about harassing those harvesters, coming around the far side for those rhinos. Looks like he's really pressing it.
And when you see that missile is starting to get close to firing with
There's like no progress here though.
For Nick and Night, looking to
Oh,
set
I'm gone.
back the other way.
No, Red's taking over.
He doesn't want to engage with just 1 or 2 units. He wants to move all of them together, create a good flank position, and take over that south.
Nick at Night is winning.
We were so close to the map, to this horror show being finished.
And Nick and Night's going to fire that one off and settle for next missile.
I feel like In Control is letting it happen.
So it's close.
Yeah. We'll have control. The Wolverines, as you pointed out, for In Control coming out to try and deal with these forces. But Nick at Night's done a great job of getting map presence and now also harassing the economy of In Control.
There he is. Yep. Wow. Okay, we've got our first mammoth tank on the board. If In Control can get this in position, it's going to do some serious damage.
That missile just passed halfway ready. He's also bringing out his first air unit.
Wow.
To deal with those.
A lot going on.
Where is the economy though? What are they mining?
So they're getting these crystals.
Where from?
I don't know. I think these little vans that are in the going around the edge.
Oh, okay.
Gonna take it.
Couldn't really see that.
Defeating Nick at
That was legit. Dude, that was epic. Amazing. What a match. Thank you so much.
Oh,
that was awesome.
Oh, that good rigged match there.
I just
Wonderful.
came to make mammoth tanks, so I've done my job.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was awesome. We saw a little bit of everything right there.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Let's hear it for Nathanius, Nick at Night, and In Control.
Okay. Cheers, Boston.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you
Alright,
just
so
saw
guys,
was
heads
the
up, I've got
worldwide
another
reveal
stream
of
of this,
Command
and then we're
Conquer
almost shut.
Rivals.
Got the heads up warning on the screen. So.
Rivals reimagines the
Alright,
real-time
see ya.
strategy experience
Enjoy yourself.
for mobile. We're giving
You'll be enjoying yourself more than we are.
control of their armies in quick, competitive head-to-head matches that are fueled by skill and strategy. Now, Rivals will be coming to iOS and Android devices, but I'm excited to announce that Android players can play the pre-alpha today. So head to the Google Play Store, search Command & Conquer Rivals. The studio has been having an absolute blast playing this game, and we can't wait for you to play. Please let us know what you think.
I can't imagine why you would. This better not be an advert for this mobile game. Oh, it is. Oh, I don't need to see it more. I've just seen a whole match. I know exactly what the game is. I don't need to see any more. Why have they wasted production value on this?
I don't know.
Oh. can't even imagine how much money this cost to make. This little video.
I hate footage like this though because it really doesn't depict the game as it is.
Not at all.
Makes it look so much better, and then you see that. You're like,
Where's that guy? That guy's clearly not in the game.
Yeah.
Command and Conquer for a new generation. Now, before we close the show with a spectacular epic anthem, I wanted to share a few final things. I'm blessed to be able to work with some of the most creative people on the planet who come to work every day to
He's just going to say a bunch of nothing.
And what I can say
and then
about
we're going to finish.
And then we're getting a bit of Anthem, and that's it.
Oh yes, teaser trailer points.
And listen and strive to be better.
Wow.
And so, as you look at the 10 experiences that you're going to see today, and as you play games this week, there's some things we hope come through. First, that at the very core is choice.
You need him to fall over now. You need him to fall over.
What you play, when you play, and what devices you play on.
Cheers, Boston.
It's
been great to have you here.
Hopefully see you around. Fairly. That no one is given an unfair advantage or disadvantage.
Don't miss the Anthem trailer though. Whatever it is.
No. That for every moment
sorry.
Invest, we know that you
no
put
Sims
so much
2. No The Sims 5 for you.
Yeah. Do you know what? After all this, I literally don't care.
There was a flash of Sims, but not.
I think that should be
included. That the games are fun.
No, because it's not confirmed Sims 5.
Every year, so they bring out Sims 5, that is going to be my prediction.
Enhance your life.
I'd love it if next year they were like, Sims is never coming out again, that's it.
That we want to be better. And that we want to make great games. And that as much as we love making games, and as much as you love playing them, there's something that is even greater that we can do together. The power of this community when we come together to do amazing things is profound.
The better E3 show?
Last weekend was the third year of our Play to Give program.
Might be even better.
Where we show the world how the power of play can be a positive force for social impact. Millions of you out there participated in 9 in-game challenges in our games, logging millions of hours in support of Play to Give. And to celebrate that, we contributed a total of $1 million to 3 charities that share our vision for a more inclusive world.
Well, we broke a tile. Jodie broke a tile before we even started on the fire. Now we've got a hole in the table. It was probably in my anger, to be honest.
Are not an everyday thread.
Jodie.
These 3 organisations, the United Nations,
Hey, don't you be blaming me.
PACE's National Bullying
Best just find out about the tile if she's watching.
All are doing great work, and we're proud to support them through Play to Give.
Did you hear that?
I was about to say, I don't think we can be like pioneers for them.
In brackets, apart from Jodie.
Immeasurable good because we love games. Thanks for being with us, and thanks for the incredible privilege of making games for all of you.
This is basically them going, look, we know we're terrible
at
people.
ending.
We know we're a terrible company. We know that we hate everybody and all we care about is money. But don't worry.
The gods vanished.
We have a thing that we give a bit of money to. That's what that was.
Here
Here we go.
Creating. Altering. Destroying. The anthem is all that remains.
Let's wait, we've got to see if it's a teaser. It has to only be a teaser.
I think we're going to get a timer on the end.
What do you mean?
Something is out there. It wants to destroy us all.
We probably could save ourselves like
feel like they just needed to stop there, didn't they?
Yeah.
How cool was that trailer? You guys have seen it a couple times.
Why did that happen?
It's so cool every time I see it. So I know all of you, like me, have had tons of questions about Anthem since last year because we're all BioWare fans. So we're gonna do something a little bit different for the rest of the show, and we're gonna take a deep dive into Anthem. So I'm gonna bring out some members of the BioWare team to chat with us. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Casey Hudson, Mark Dara, and Kathleen
I
Rutzard.
think you lost this one, Jodie. I mean, mine.
I'll show him the bottom. Search bar. It's on screen.
I think that's been there the entire time.
It's been there the entire time.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right, thanks
So
guys.
people
Thanks for
know
coming
where
out
we're
today.
watching
Yeah,
from.
game to
See
show, right?
this on the
So
screen
it
right
gives
now.
them
It'll be
choice to just
very
go and watch it
exciting. So
themselves.
Casey, we're gonna go ahead and just jump right in and
what's
get
the
started with
teaser?
you. So now
Yeah,
we
but that's
know
not
that you all
on there.
started,
There was a teaser
It's
started
going.
your career at
No.
Oh, it was a
BioWare
teaser
way back in
trailer.
the day, but you took a couple
You said
years
that
off.
there'd only be a
But
teaser
before
trailer,
you
and
came
that's
back,
not
you
what's
actually
happened there.
worked on Anthem before you left.
Yeah, that's right. So
This
you know,
is
first
the
of all,
worst
it's
thing they
amazing to
could
be
have done.
back. It's awesome to be making.
I do
games for
not
BioWare
need to
fans.
sit
You know, we have
here
the best
and listen to
fans,
3 people just
so
chat
it's
on.
super
I know
satisfying
him.
to
Right, guys?
Why do I know
come
his
back to
face?
it.
I'm gonna go
just
take a
be able to
break.
continue the legacy of the
You
studio,
guys
and
can
that's
watch
where it's
the boring conversation, and I'll come back
You know,
when
what
the
is the
trailer.
evolution of a BioWare
We actually do work
We
at
wanted to
EA. Look,
create
look, look.
a
We
brand
actually
new
work.
world
I don't care.
to discover,
I'm out.
you know, a whole new world of story and character. But we also wanted to do something that was, you know, more of a dynamic and living world, a game that would change every
Well,
time you came
Tim
back
just
and
left the
played it.
room.
We
So
also wanted
guys,
to do something where, you know, if
just
you
me and Mike,
wanted
'cause
to
Tim's
invite your
abandoned
friends
us.
into it, then you could do that as
Can we
well.
reach your points?
So that was really the
Yeah.
initial vision of the game, not an MMO, not a multiplayer
Yeah, we
game
give
with
him points.
story sort of bolted on
I
the
need to
side,
take Fran
but
from
something new
teaser.
and different, and I think
Yeah.
the team has really
Yeah.
captured that vision
We'll
over the
give you a
years.
tick for
Your fans really love
Anthem.
the stories from BioWare, but I think we're kind of curious how
Oh,
you're
should we-
planning to make the story work
Give
in
Tim an
this
X
shared
for
world.
So a great story for BioWare is really about
Will be the
characters
best
that
on
you
the
can have a
new EA
connection
original.
with,
one's
choices
that
you
one?
get to make, and feeling like the story is
Oh, this
about
one.
you. In a lot of multiplayer games, those things get diluted because you're mixing multiplayer and storytelling into the same areas. Now you can build
So
a
guys,
solution
while
to
they're
that,
talking,
but you have to really
we're
build it
actually
into
counting
the core
points.
of the game. And that's what we've
But
tried
the
to
question
do
that
with
we've got
Anthem. So what we call
is,
our world, my
should
story.
there be a
So when you're
penalty at the end
out
for
in
the
the open
lowest
world,
points? So
the world is really
we'll leave that
dangerous
for you
and
guys in the
focus on
chat.
your mission.
And over the
And
weekend,
this is where other players get
and
to play
we'll
with
come
you.
back with the penalty
thing that's really
at the lowest
interesting about
points at
this
some point.
It's unique
If
for
you have good
Anthem
ideas.
is that this
Just
is
saying.
a living
Yeah,
shared
don't-
world. So
don't
whether
Timbo
there's
comes back.
weather or nighttime,
Tim's
what we're
currently
experiencing,
stood
we're experiencing
just
together.
off camera.
Everyone's
Just came
playing
back.
Anthem
Please just come
at
back in.
a moment is seeing the same thing. And this is what we mean when we talk about our world. It's a shared world that we all experience together.
We get the cherry coke.
But then when I finish my mission, I come back to a base like Fort Tarsus. And this is a single player experience. I turn in my rewards, I talk to some characters, I experience the choices of my actions.
No.
And this is where your
No.
story really lives
There's a
and
dude
breathes.
flying about.
Am I sitting?
And by doing it
Yep.
this way, we're able to
So I'm not moving
combine
again.
that impact
We're
and
symmetrical.
agency of a single player
Yay.
story with the fun of teaming up with your friends to play co-op.
I now have the
combat.
power.
And we're also
to make bad
designing
things
it so that we can add
The
story.
thing is, guys, Tim doesn't know what he's doing.
So
with the
one of the
stream,
first
so
things that
it's
we
just like
hear
kinda sad.
when from our community is they want to continue
get
to play
half
in
of
our
it working.
worlds when they've finished Mass Effect or Dragon
Yeah, but
Age.
why it's not
Players
working?
That was a
want
whoopsie,
more
that one.
Why it's
again.
working?
And so we've
You don't
designed
mind
Anthem in a
it.
way
That was
that we
going to a
can
plus.
actually add more story for years to come. And it could be anything. A new moment with a character that you've grown to love, or an event in the world
the gas
that
went up my nose then.
deepens the lore,
Here
or
you can
an
see a
entirely
picture
new
of somebody
storyline and
trying
plot.
to find
Well, I'm certainly not going to complain about more
EA
story. I don't
offices
think
where
anybody
loot
out
boxes
there
don't
is going
exist.
to either. So,
Obviously,
Kathleen, I
we
wanted to
struggled
ask
to
you,
find
from a
them,
writing
because
perspective, since
they
you
were
are a writer,
everywhere.
can you speak to
So we
what
actually
it's
blew
like
up the
to
building
create a
to
new
start
world
again,
like Anthem?
because we couldn't do anything about it.
Well, what's really exciting for us, and not just the writers, but
Are
all
they seriously
of
asking the question, what was it
devs,
like
the
to create
designers,
the
the
world
artists, is that we're creating something new and mysterious for players to discover.
Like,
so
why is this?
at the
Why is
heart
this happening?
of the premise of Anthem is a world
I'd like to be the
left
person that
unfinished
looks
by
at
the
it after they've done it and
gods.
just go,
But the gods
yeah,
left
good.
behind their
What's happening?
massive tools, and
What do you
those
mean?
tools are in constant conflict with this
They're clearly just
unknowable
there for
force
the,
called the Anthem of
paycheck.
Creation. And the chaos of those things pushing against each
Is
other
that, what you said, isn't it?
means that the world is
Destiny
constantly being reshaped in
comes
new
to-
and unpredictable ways.
It's Iron Man
violent
Destiny.
storms, mutated creatures, gigantic monsters. It's a dangerous
Problem is
environment that you
incredibly
need
slow.
to wear a suit of powered armor, a javelin, to be safe in.
Did you put a tick
Now,
on
something
it,
I think a lot of players
You
out
do
there
know that
maybe
there's not been a
don't
release
stop
date
to
yet, so
think
you can't
about
just go putting
is
ticks
just
down
how much
without
work
the
goes
info.
into creating a new
I love how he's
intellectual
just checked
property
mine
or
to
IP.
make sure I was
As soon as she
Now,
moved over
we've
there
seen all these
and then
different
started talking
creatures
about
and
who's got the least score, I knew she was
storms.
panicking.
What's the process of creating a game
We're
like
talking about who's going to get the least score.
Yeah, it's something
and
we've done
what should
a
the
few times
penalty
at
be.
BioWare.
We all know that I'm going to get the least score
You know,
over
and
the
really
weekend.
the hardest part is
So it
getting
doesn't
started,
matter.
just kind of getting off the blank page.
Well, you've
so what
already
we try
got
to
the
do is we
worst
think
score so
about
far.
the new
I think this is
experiences that we're
just
trying to
really
unlock for
hot
players. So, like, what is the fastest
That's like-
what are the new
that's like
things
Happy
you actually
Days
get
for
to
you.
go and do?
No, I mean, like,
that are
hotter
different
than
from what
just a
you
jelly
played
bean.
before.
About ghost peppers.
So
I think
that's
that's
where
what
we
should
start,
happen.
and then once we think about those things, you know, that's the power of creating new
Because if he
IP,
gets
especially for
loads
games,
scores
is
over the
that
rest of the
you
weekend,
actually get
no.
to build a whole fictional universe that's meant to bring out a certain experience. And then once we do that,
Where do I
then
know
we
him
have-
from?
We still need to build all the rest of the stuff, and what unlocks us creatively is to think about
But
like
you have to
principles
sit there.
around our
Exactly, and
style,
then you get to stay
tone,
in the whole
and
time.
even
Don't know
the
what's
technology and
happened.
politics of our new world. And then from there, we can actually go and
Tip
build
my
out
app
every
to
last
what's it
detail.
called?
Yeah, and one of
I'm
the
working on
unique
Wednesday.
challenges for Anthem is
I'm
that
working on Tuesday.
it's
Oh, yeah.
world, an experience that's
Right,
meant to
stuff
feel
seems to
alive,
actually
like
be
it's
happening.
happening
Oh, wait, you showed
right
that
now.
just a second ago.
And so the world
There's
is
me
always
thinking that something was
changing,
happening.
whether
happening.
They're
the
repeating the same footage as
storms,
well.
seasons, and yeah, it's a really great concept to write for because what it means is it gives us the opportunity to drop into the world, almost in real time, a dramatic event that changes the world for everyone. And that could be anything from gameplay to lore.
I mean, all of the moving
Pizza.
parts in the dynamic world sound really cool, the way that they sound like they're going to come together.
burger.
But even though
Chinese
there's obviously a
burger,
lot
bro.
going on, it really all
Eddie's.
comes back to
All
your
right,
character.
I don't think about
So
that.
let's talk about who we're going to be playing as and why we're fighting these
about
crazy beasts.
So you
Yeah,
are a
no
freelancer, uniquely skilled to pilot these Javelin exosuits. And you need those suits to survive and fight in this world because the world will kill you. But on top of that, our ancient rivals, the Dominion, have
Isn't that what
they've
most
discovered a way
worlds are
they
meant to
think
do?
to weaponize the anthem
don't think ours
of
does that,
creation,
though.
and so
No, not ours, but I
we
mean
need
game-related
to
things.
stop them and protect the free people of Tarsus.
Where do I know that guy from?
Power armor, a couple different things. Is it a suit?
Anthem,
Is it a
because
No,
javelin?
he's-
Like,
he's
what's the
not-
canon term here?
We
No,
call
you
them
sure?
javelins,
He's on
and
earlier.
there are 4, and they each
But I
have
even said earlier, I know.
abilities. There's the Ranger,
Yeah, but even earlier I said I know
and then
him.
there's the
You guys
Colossus,
don't talk about Star Wars
the
anyway. Come on, far
Interceptor,
right.
and finally
No.
the Storm.
Yeah, so
think he's the
each
director
javelin
of the
gives
game.
you a different way to play the
Like
game.
crazy about
But the thing to remember is, like Kathleen said, you're not your suit. You are a freelancer, a pilot, which means you can decide which suit you want to use based on your mood, based on the mission you want to engage it, or the javelins that your friends are
on
using.
its way.
So really what this allows us to do is
Andy, is that
we
just
built
to
the
clarify?
suits
Is that
to
to
look
us
like they're
or
built
to
from
you?
materials.
I'm fairly sure that you're probably
Have
ordering
their
these
own
like
unique
3 12-inch
abilities.
pizzas.
Let's take a
right
look at
Oh, I
the
can do
Ranger
that right now.
The Ranger is a more generalized suit, able to do a lot of different things, really designed for up-close and personal combat, one-on-one for the most part. The Colossus is heavier, more specialized, but able to really pack in big weapons that let them devastate the battlefield.
I'm just going to say the Storm looks like it's going to be my favorite. I'm sure you guys out there are picking your faves right now, too. So the javelins look awesome, but we're going to take a couple questions right now. So Casey tweeted, some of you may have seen, asking
It's on the way to
for
me.
people
No,
out there to send us
Andy.
some questions. And the first one is going to be
Don't
thought
get
you were
our
sending us a
hopes
gift.
up like that, Andy.
As a player who is all about making their character their own, what kinds of
Disappointing.
customization options will
Yeah, I
be
did it
available
before
in
as well,
Anthem?
then I looked at it and went,
Yeah, so we really wanted
need
the players to
unicorns
express
to tell
themselves,
me
both through
steal the drink.
customizing the way their javelin plays,
Not
through
that you can
gear
see the
and
comments,
weapons, but also being able to personalize the way that it looks, both through paint jobs as well as changing the actual geometry of the suit itself. We want teams to be able to do this as well. And because you're going to be using a javelin for a long period of time, we really want you to be able to make it your own.
I'm glad you brought that up, because actually, Jay Legato has a question connected to customization. Monetization.
Are we only getting one weapon?
How, when, loot box, cosmetics.
Yeah, so we are going to have some cosmetics and vanity items that you'll be able to purchase, but you're always going to know what you're going to buy before you spend any money on it. So no loot boxes, no ability to pay for power. So that means no ability to spend money on gameplay advantage at all within Anthem. But even more important than that, we want to make sure that Anthem is an immersive experience that feels like it's complete from the get-go. So that means a main story, a big open world, and an ongoing service that provides new content for a long period of time. New story, new experiences for everyone.
Is that
well, I'm glad to
through
hear that I
ranking
can
up,
make my
you
javelin
can actually
pink.
get...
That's really all I wanted to know, I'm going to be honest. All right, Casey.
Oh, yeah,
you
but
talked
that's
earlier
just
about
the
this
battle pass,
being a
About,
co-op
especially if you're
experience.
saving
So
up
can you
your
tell me a little
V-Bucks,
bit
you
about
get
how
it
the
for free.
team gameplay in Anthem
I know I've got enough V-Bucks for next
it really
battle
is
pass, so I'll
about
pay for it.
the fun of teaming up as a team of superheroes and working together. So you want to get people together of different classes. So I think here we're going to see the Colossus, just hammering people on the ground in gameplay. We can have a look at that. So heavy artillery, being really strong, in melee combat, and then here you've got the Ranger shooting down from above, and then they're using combos and special abilities and stuff like that. But what I love is you don't just run around; you're swimming and flying as well.
So it's interesting because at the Slate Tones wants to know, how will you balance multiplayer with single-player storytelling?
So Anthem's really built around trying to combine the impact of having your own personal story with the fun of playing with other players.
Yeah, and
but we really want to make sure that,
really?
that playing with other people feels like a choice.
Aaron,
So for people that want to just experience the story, you're going to be able to do that. Now going out into an open world like this by yourself is going to be a little bit more challenging than if the team of 4 people. And we've really tried to balance the co-op experience to be fun, even for people that don't normally engage in this kind of thing. So I really hope that everyone at least gives co-op a try.
Why are they dragging it out?
Okay, that's good to know. If you want to roll solo, you can, but it's just going to be a little bit more difficult. Well, I know you all are on the edges of your seats. How about we show a little gameplay? Yeah?
Yes! Yes!
Right, so
after 10 minutes of unnecessary chatting on.
So, you and your friends have decided to play a mission called Scars and Villainy.
We're not being
Scars
mean.
have put together an acid-based super weapon, so you got to take them out. So you start in the Strider, which is like a giant walker, and it's your forward base of operations. You have a conversation with your crew, Halleck, Faye, and Owen, and you'll hear Owen. He's going to talk us through the mission.
Why? I don't understand. Why do they need to go into an in-depth description of how we're about to see it? I don't need you to describe it to me.
With your friends.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
I will be heading out with my friends away from this rubbish.
That's where we'll be announcing.
Wait, we're heading out. We're not being lazy.
I feel that we're going to need to walk at some point this weekend. Yeah, we've got to get them exaction.
Got what?
Pokemon Go, isn't it?
We'll get the exaction.
It's like, the challenge between catching Pokemon or sitting here.
Faye said these bastards made some kind of acid. They're using it as a weapon. So, find where they're making this garbage and shut it all down.
Wait, did Jared say there'd be gameplay?
Yep.
I don't think you did. I think you just said date.
Yeah.
You said
I said it on the gameplay.
You said a video. You said there'll be a trailer and
And
then there'll be...
a bit of gameplay.
You don't want to say that, Jodie. You don't want to lie on the
Owen?
street.
We're doing
gameplay.
Picking up loads of scars nearby. Take a look around the area, but be careful.
You still get a point for release date if they give a release date.
But what if they don't?
Then you don't get a point.
No one's fell over yet.
Yeah, we all like 3 points up.
It's instant victory if someone falls over. That's
Right. Checking out the Scar Camp some more.
All this looks great. Why didn't they just show this? Why did we need to go through that ridiculous thing that we just went through?
Because they're egotistic.
filling time.
Because they like to big themselves up. Wow. So sick.
Why did he fire at him and then just run away? Why didn't he just not shoot?
Just follow them. Has he got a shield up there?
Yeah.
I can't even see the shield.
There's a Shaper relic. Wait, something's odd. Get a closer look, would you?
I mean, I think the only positive
See
thing at
those
the moment
radiant
is
pieces
that
of
you don't
energy?
have to
They're
run
echoes
everywhere.
from the
You
Anthem
can
of
actually just
Creation.
fly.
Loads of scars nearby. Be careful.
I like that it is a co-op game, I will admit.
Return them to the relic. You've got to silence it fast. It's gone silent. Disaster averted. Do you think we get a bonus for... Wait, something's happening.
What the hell was that?
I think that was whatever laid all the eggs around here. The sound came from below your position. On the plus side, this definitely counts toward hazard pay. There's a trail of this acid gunk leading down. Follow it, and we should find the source.
I know that voice from somewhere.
Is it Pete Greg the Prayer Guy? If it's like Destiny, it's like when you're doing group stuff like that, it's not as easy. You have to coordinate a little bit. You know what I mean? But,
Well, it's like WoW in tactics.
a little bit, yeah. But I mean, it's gonna be like the end game stuff will be harder. Like Destiny, like you go into a raid, it is like
and that was
It's
actually
like
just a short version of the full demo that we brought
and
here
you've
to
all got
LA.
to like
So if you want to
have
come by
to be
the Anthem
really
Theater
tight
here
and get
at
it perfect.
EA
But like
Play, you can try
obviously
those
like the
game
main
mods.
story stuff, it
So
probably
I'm
will
sure
be
the
reasonably
question
easy. You know
on
what I mean?
everyone's mind.
But they'll have it
when
if
do
it's
we
like
get to
Destiny, which it
play?
is.
So Anthem comes out February 22nd, 2019.
Go.
On Xbox
Same day.
One.
She's like, oh, I got a point.
So mark your calendars, everybody. Fire off your
Same
tweets.
date.
Thank you so much again to Casey and the
Yeah,
entire
that game's
Bioware
gonna
team. I know you guys had
Yeah.
that awesome theater outside, so
what's it
I will
called?
see you guys there.
All right.
Give
see
it
you
up for Casey Hudson, everybody.
Yeah, that's gonna bomb, I think. Yeah, they're just not even trying to push it.
I also want to give a big
When I say it's
thank
gonna
you
bomb,
to
I think we
all
said,
of
like,
the
critically it's
developers
gonna
who
bomb.
showcased their games
I
today,
think,
and everybody working hard at
I
their
think
studios
it's gonna
back
get
home
overshadowed by that.
around the
I
world.
think
Let's give
way
them
more
all a
people
round
than
of
I
applause.
I hope not.
It wouldn't surprise me
Now,
if PlayStation
some of what you
were
saw
releasing.
today, you guys have to wait
It
to
wouldn't
play.
surprise me if
You
PlayStation
guys,
moved the
EA
release
has
date
so much
for,
available
Days Gone.
right now.
To me, they
Now, for
need
those of
to,
you
'cause
keeping
that's
score,
gonna
you can get your free trial of FIFA 18's World Cup today. And Andrew told us about the free trial of Origin Access. Yarny is back with a buddy in Unravel 2, which is also available today. Plus, you can take on your friends in Command & Conquer Rivals starting today as well. Now, that's a lot of available stuff that's out today. Is anybody ready to go home and download anything? No?
No.
You're like, I just want to go outside and play the best.
What is there to download?
So, I want to let
Other
you
than the
guys know
FIFA
that
demo?
Stream's
Come on,
going
Conquer
ahead
and
in just a
Yanni.
few moments. The FIFA 18
That's out today?
World Cup
Yeah.
live tournament
Wow,
is
that's
going to
what a
begin.
way to kill
I'm
that
going to head
game.
outside and check out the games, but I want to thank everybody for coming down to EA Play today and watching the press conference, and have a great weekend.
Hey, it's over.
What's this?
Oh, no, it's not.
What? Oh, sports montage.
It's not a sports montage. It's not a sports montage. It's just a hey.
I had one after
Look
the
at all
other.
the stuff.
There's
that's
another one.
on
Oh, another one. And another one. See? There's loads of sports in this one. Is there a baseball game?
No, the only there's like 2 baseball games. One of them is like just baseball non-existent, and then the other one is PlayStation exclusive called MLB The Show, and it's probably one of the best sports games. Developed by some San Diego, I think.
And he's asking if that was Anna Prosser.
That was what?
Anna Prosser.
Anna Prosser.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
What do you mean, Andy?
Hi guys, my name is True Boy. Welcome back to the stream. Now, I know the FIFA 19 was exciting. We saw that trailer. Champions League is coming to FIFA for the first time ever, but the World Cup is 5 days away. So what we decided to do is to have a tournament with some national teams, England, Mexico, Germany, and the USA, and decide who will be
we need to get this off.
the creators.
This needs to go away. We need to never watch that.
Republic of Ireland, David Myler. How you doing,
It's got to be, because like, I can't.
I'm doing great now. I know you didn't qualify for the World Cup.
Can we stop seeing so we can get this off?
So far.
Don't listen to those guys over there. These guys are joking.
I know. I'm not worried about Mexico in the World Cup.
Don't worry about Mexico.
I don't think.
All right, so we're gonna stop this before anything gets worse. I mean, I just seen that guy's mustache, and I'm just like, what's happening right now? Get it off.
Are you jealous
chance to win the World Cup? I've been able to do that, so
no,
probably the closest.
Definitely not.
Okay, let's stop.
Now we're gonna go.
Right, we're gonna get rid of this video, and we're gonna talk about what just happened.
We're gonna go right into.
Do you want to turn the sound over there?
There's no falling over.
No.
All right, are we off?
Yeah, we're off.
Okay, so let's get rid of this. So let's just sum up what happened. So I'm going to do the summary, and then I'm going to dish out the points. I just want to make clear how the points are going to work throughout the week. Okay. It's whoever wins, whoever gets the most points for the conference gets a point. So it's whoever wins the most conferences wins the overall thing.
Okay.
That makes sense. That's how it's going to work. So can't do forfeits for all of them. Otherwise, Jodie's doing like 5 forfeits. It's just tight.
Not sure, Andy. Sorry.
Can't deal with 5 goals.
I don't know. It might be. Check it out. Sorry, I was just answering Andy.
Okay. So I'm just going to go through what was announced, and then we'll dish out the points. So first off, we missed the little opening montage because we had technical issues, but we solved it. But first off, we had Battlefield 5. There was there was about 3 trailers. It looked like.
Oh, I see.
I thought it looked pretty good.
It did look pretty good.
I feel like it's one of those games that I'll wait till it goes either on sale significantly cheaper or it goes on EA Access for free. Same. I didn't actually see a release. If anybody saw, was there a release date? No release date for that one. Then we had FIFA chatting on about nothing, basically going, we've got nothing new, but we have got the Champions League Cup, which it just sounded like all it gets added to is the single player and all that stuff that just like no one cares. It doesn't make any difference, right? I'm just going to make it clear now for you FIFA fans. It doesn't make any difference if you're playing FIFA and you're playing the Champions League, or if you're playing FIFA and you're playing the Worthington Cup, which was the Worthless Cup. You're still playing the same match. That doesn't change. So it's pointless. So that was a waste of time. But that's coming out on September 28 if you waste your money every year. Number 3, then we had a thing which I thought was way more interesting about EA streaming. So you were still on FIFA when we were on that. You were like, we still talking about FIFA? So we gave a bit of context to that. EA has bought out Gamefly, which is basically like Blockbuster for games. So it's like mail order, and you can rent games through discs. But they also have a streaming service where you can stream games. So EA's kind of bought them for that, and they're basically talking about that they're going to start. You could be able to, I assume, just be able to stream games to whatever device you want, which is kind of cool. If you want to play it on your iPad, you can. You want to play it on your computer,
on my Razer phone.
You on your Razer phone. So that's kind of cool. I don't know how much I would want to do that. To me, just put it on the Switch. If they streamed it to the Switch, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
But then they talked about Origin Access Premier. So Origin Access on PC. Well, it's interesting they called it Origin Access because on Xbox it's just called EA Access. But obviously the service on PC is called Origin, isn't it? Yeah. So Origin Access Premier looked like it was. You basically pay either a yearly fee or a monthly fee, and you get access to pretty much all of their main games, which is kind of cool. Depends on the price, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it just depends on the price.
So EA Access at the moment is 100% worth it. If you've got access to a PC or you got access to an Xbox, just get it. It's £20 a year, and they have like a load of games in what they call the vault, and you can play all those games for as long as you want, as long as you've got the subscription. And usually the games are like, they usually bring them onto the service after like a year. So like Battlefield 1 will, I think it might be on there now. They usually have like the last year's sports games who nobody cares about, but they've got loads. They've got like 360 games on there and everything. Like, it's really good. And also you actually get like a week's early access to the newest games as well. So even if you've not bought it, you get to trial those games for 10 hours for free, which is great. So it's a really good. So if it's a decent price, that's actually really good, and I think that'd be really cool. So I'm excited about that. Then we had Battlefront 2, an update, and acknowledging that they screwed up big time.
Yeah.
They didn't actually apologise. They just said we didn't do a great job. It would have been nice for them to apologise for that.
Just a little bit.
No one's interested in playing that, are they? Apart from me. But there you go.
Well, it didn't seem like. I mean, the content that they put out there then was kind of pointless.
Yeah, they were kind of just saying we've
got some new characters.
We've done it so we don't screw you over as much. Yeah, but there is apparently Han Solo DLC coming out for it to link in with the movie. And I think that's got some new maps and stuff in it. Whatever. I'm not bothered. I'll have it for, again. It'll probably go free on EA Access, and I'll play it for free on there. Then we had Unravel 2. Were we interested in? Jodie seemed interested in Unravel 2.
Yeah.
You gonna buy it today, Jode?
No.
Today?
No, I'm not gonna buy it today. But I mean, it looked better than anything I'd watched before it. So.
Yeah. So up to that point, I was actually getting a point for that. That was the best. That was going to be the best part of the show. Then next we had Sea of Solitude, which looks super weird.
Yeah, kind of depressing, but at the same time, quite fun.
Mm.
Okay.
Jodie disagrees.
I like the art style of it.
The art style looked really good, but it just was a bit depressing.
Yeah, we need a bit of a longer look at that one, don't we? To see what the gameplay is actually like. It was a very small trailer, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Then we had NBA Live 19, don't care. Then we had NFL Madden 19, don't care. They didn't even show anything new for that. They just went, look, here's a guy with a belt.
See, that was a montage.
What the heck? That was not a montage. There was no
NBA
montage. It wasn't. They showed NBA, and then they stopped, and then they went to Madden. That's not a montage.
That's a montage.
No, it's not.
It's together. This whole thing was a montage.
Then we had Mike's highlight of the day, which was the Command & Conquer mobile thing that I think we were all feeling a little bit depressed after that. That was just 15 minutes of just why.
I mean, when you've got a pro StarCraft player playing it and you can't even beat the other dude.
But it was clearly rigged. You know what I mean? That guy was like killing him, and then suddenly he got a comeback, and it was all tense. Who was going to win? Nobody cared.
Didn't Control win?
I don't know.
I feel like he did. I don't know. But he's the pro StarCraft player. So he
I
should.
feel like I went unconscious at that point because I can't remember anything.
And then I think the last thing after that was then we finished off with Anthem, which if they just cut that like 20 minutes of nonsense, great, it would have been fantastic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But boy, that was dire, that wasn't it? It's like, what a way to get people not excited about your game. So that was the whole thing. So overall, how did we feel that conference went?
Terrible. Like we thought, I think that one is the worst of the lot to come.
Yeah.
It's only up from here, guys. It's only up.
It has to be, doesn't it?
I don't know, though. It might not be.
Why?
This could be a pretty disappointing E3.
You know what? To be honest with you, that is what I'm kind of expecting now. I think the one I'm excited for most is Bethesda, actually. I think they've got a lot of good stuff that they've not shown too much of. But that was the thing with this. There was just no surprises. It was just, all they did was they spread the sports games out. Usually it's like, oh, we're going to have 10 minutes of sports. We can just zone out and not care about it. But they just threw them in all over the place. And then basically you think about it, other than the, like, so you take out the sports games, we've got a rubbish Command & Conquer. We've got the Sea of Solitude, which they barely showed anything of. The woman just went on for way too long. You got Unravel 2, which was like pretty good to be fair. And then you got Battlefield at the start.
Yeah.
That's it. And they didn't even give a release date for that. What?
I think there's only two big things in that, really. It was Battlefield and Anthem.
Yeah.
The rest of it, I honestly, you know, when we were talking about it before, and I said they were just going to throw random crap in it. I think that's what they did.
That's exactly what they did.
Just what Unravel 2? That. There's no words to describe.
I wish I could have recorded. Like, I just want that noise. Just play it on repeat and just play it to the EA CEO and just go, "This is how you made us feel."
It's the type of game that basically in a few months' time it's going to be 60p.
Yeah, all free on EA Access. Yeah. I think the first Unravel went on EA Access for free after about 3 months.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it's a great game. It's really good, but it's not EA. I mean, it's not E3. Like, give it loads of time worthy, is it? That's the problem.
Yeah.
So, Jodie, how do you feel about it?
I was very bored.
I'm so tired from it because of how boring it was.
I literally feel like I need to go to sleep. That's literally what I feel like.
Don't do it, Jodie. The best part of the night's coming. Dude.
Okay, so we're gonna go through the points. So we'll do me first. So my first one was a new Battlefield will be shown. There would be gameplay footage. There was. There was not a date given, and it actually was really short.
It was.
So I give myself half a point for that one. Battlefield Battle Royale, there was none. FIFA, I said there'd be nothing new, notable, which 100%.
Champions
100%, that's half a point there. But then I said that the campaign there'd be a campaign that would be part 3. They just looks like they scrapped the campaign altogether.
Yeah, there wasn't a campaign.
There's no campaign in that also. And then 4 was the worst show overall. I'm just getting a point for that. 100%. Don't even need to get through the rest of the week to see that.
No.
And then number 5, I said the new EA original will be the best thing that they show at the show. So that's the one that's up for debate now. Was that right?
No.
No? One vote and Jodie
No,
no.
I don't think that's the best.
I don't think so either. I'd say for about 3/4 of it was up until Anthem, and then Anthem like made it a bit better, but not by much. You know what I mean? By the way they showed it. So that's a no. So overall, I get a grand total of 2 points. I get 2 points. Jodie, you ready for yours?
No.
You said that there'd be FIFA with a different story, a different player playing for, like, as the main character for the story. That didn't happen.
But it was FIFA.
She's for real. She for real. Number 2, you said there'd be Anthem and there'd be a release date. There was. And then you said Sims 5. I want to give you negative 10 points.
No,
for that
you
one.
can't.
I won't. So you got a grand total of 1. Mike, you said they would open with FIFA 19. They didn't. You said there'd be a montage of EA Sports. There wasn't. You said
side by side.
You said there'd be a new Battlefield that was based on World War II. That did happen. You said that there'd be an Anthem teaser. You're getting half a point for that because it was not a teaser, but the first video was. So you get half a point for that.
Okay.
So overall, Mike gets a grand total of 1.5.
But someone did fall over.
No one fell over.
They fell over in the games. They did. You had Madden, they were all falling over in that. And then Battlefield, they're all falling over and dying in that one.
So Mike gets 1.5, which means I can't believe that I came out as the winner of that whole thing. So
well, we all knew it wasn't going to be me.
We did know that. But to be fair, Mike only got half a point in front of you, and I only got 1 more in front of you, and you only made 3 predictions. So day 1 is over. So we're sitting on Tim is on 1 point, Mike is on 0 points.
What?
This is like, so as we said before, how it's gonna work, if you get the most amount of points for a conference, you get a point.
Okay. Yeah.
That's how it's gonna work.
Deal.
Or should we do it based on your position? What position you come in the conference?
Yeah,
let's do that.
Let's do that.
So I get 3 points for coming first. Mike gets 2 points for coming second, and Jodie gets 1 point for coming last.
That's how many I got in the thing, so I'm not that fucked.
So what I mean is, it's gonna work. So if you come first, you get 3 points. If you come second, you get 2 points.
I'm with you.
So that is us done for today. It was only EA today. But tomorrow, make sure you join us live at 7 o'clock on Sunday. And we are going to be having... why have I got... Actually, it's not. We're going to be starting... Well, we're going to say 7, but it might be 8 o'clock, but just check the schedule online for that. But we're going to have the pre-show, and then at 9 o'clock, we're going to be having the Microsoft conference, which is one of the big 3, and I'm not feeling confident in this one.
No. I don't know, Halo could be nice.
The thing is, there could be some decent reveals. I don't think it's not going to be anywhere near as bad as EA, but it's not. I don't think it's going to save Xbox. And just a heads up on there is some stakes in this Microsoft conference.
Actual stakes?
Actual stakes.
Like steaks that you eat?
I wish, to be fair. I needed some stakes to get through that one. But my Xbox, I have an Xbox One X. If Xbox don't nail it tomorrow, that's going bye-bye. I am selling it. And we're kind of debating. I might actually set up the eBay auction. And if it's bad, we might just hit publish and start it.
We'll do it live on the stream.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. So I hope you join us. And we're going to be live streaming all the way through till about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the evening. Because then later on at 1:30, we're going to be starting our pre-show. So 1:30 in the morning, I may point out. 1:30 in the morning, we're going to have our pre-show for the Bethesda conference, which I think is going to be awesome. So then at 2:30, it will be the Bethesda conference. So make sure you join us then, and we will see you very soon. So thanks for joining us. It's been great, and we will see you tomorrow. Nice and late. Bye.